right, let's do a cheers to the Sobeys and Safer Liquid Beer for the podcast.
We ride again.
I love you guys.
Careful, that cake's hot.
Check-in, come on, let's go. It's the AM Nasty Big Hello. It's not static, AM radio. It's the Play Alberta Nielson Show. Let's go. Everybody tuning in, even my wife.
Mommy likes too.
And those Macromella intros are cutting like a knife. Hey, it's Mitch texting in, he's your dealer for life. Let's crack a 6 o'clock and lager with some sirloin bites.
Very impressive. Taken a few years to put all this together.
It's not a one-year quest because it's so hard to get your hands on. At this stage of my life, I don't invest in green bananas. It's a lifetime quest. Just not sure if I'm going to be around long enough to see them ripen to be yellow. You can't party enough when you win that thing. It's a party machine. Party machine.
Girl, I can't understand it. Why you wanna hurt me?
That's why it's the Stanley Cup.
After all of the things I've done for you.
It's hard. It's hard.
I buy you champagne and roses, put diamonds on your finger. Still you hang out all night. What am I to do? My girl wants to party.
6:08 on a Monday morning. What's up? Lieutenant Eric, how are you, sir?
Great.
Oh, it's good to see you, my man.
It's EST Classic Week.
It is.
Much like Masters Week.
Oh, man, it's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
I'd say locally it's bigger.
Yeah. All the festivities happening beforehand.
You can't play in the Masters here.
No.
But locally, you can play in. Well, you almost can't play in the EST Golf Classic either because it sells out like immediately.
It's pretty prestigious. Yeah. But
what's the forecast look like? That's what I want to know.
Well, if it was happening, Tuesday's hot.
I know,
and that's probably not good for you.
Tuesday looks way too hot.
However,
what are we thinking for
22 degrees?
20? Oh, okay, but chance of showers.
A chance of a late day thunderstorm
Late
shower.
day?
Yeah. So
Late
like
day.
That's
our tournament starts at like 8 o'clock.
According to the forecasts I've been seeing. And yes, that's the beauty of it. So we might be eating supper in the thing and,
Who cares? Who cares at that point? That makes the party inside after even better.
Today, 23 sunny. Tomorrow, 27 sunny. Wednesday, 22.
27 and Sunday. Gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
So you got it's looking good for you.
That's okay then. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. That should be fun. EST Golf Classic going down on Wednesday at the Ranch. Marie McCourt from the Ranch Had the VIP golf show yesterday. It was a good one. Make sure you go check that out. It'll be available on all your podcast platforms and, of course, archived over on YouTube as well. If you're watching on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. How was the rest of your weekend, man? What
It
did
was
you get
great.
up to?
Yeah, no, but I want to hear about Ottawa, the government town.
It was so hot.
Yeah.
It was very, very warm there. Like when I was on with you guys that morning, it was like 27 degrees at 9:30 in the morning. It was gross.
You went out afterwards, hey? Like
I went for a brief walk, and then the sun shined in my eyes for about an hour and a half of the football game, and then eventually the sun went down and things were better after that.
Is there like a public fountain you could take your socks off and?
No, but they have this concrete river that runs through Ottawa. So you can hop in there and swim around if you want.
Couple laps.
But yeah, that's
Like
it.
you
Oh, look
used
at
to.
Dusty. Swim in the concrete river.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Trev, how was your weekend, my man? What'd you get up to? You did some disc golf.
I did go disc
I knew
golf.
it.
How,
I knew
did
it.
I tell you that?
No, man.
Oh, you just
I just
guessed
guessed it.
Yeah, first time in a few weeks because of the weather, obviously. And it was still just wet, just soaking.
Oh, God.
There was like a big pond.
How are the mosquitoes, my man?
The first start, I'd say the front 9, they were fine, but the back 9, man, just
Atrocious.
terrible.
Really?
Oh, it was. But
Did you count your bites?
no, I did not. But I bought bug spray,
Smart.
so they weren't like on me.
It does
as
help.
Much. It does.
It's not
yeah.
100% effective,
No,
but it does help a little bit.
and I can't reach on my back. I had no one to spray my back, so that's where I got sucked the
Oh,
most.
that's tough. So through your shirt, they're
They were
biting you
just-
through your shirt?
Yeah,
Those little bastards.
yeah, that thing it's long. I guess it could go through my shirt.
The stinger.
It's
the mosquito
females.
stinger.
Remember, it's just the females. It's
The females.
I heard you
yeah.
guys talking about that. Actually, I was driving to the airport.
the
You guys were
males
talking about it.
just have
Yeah,
sex.
yeah,
They're
that's
fun.
Their whole, yeah.
pretty good life.
Yeah,
Well, it's short though. Very short though.
That's fine.
yeah.
go out on cloud 9.
No doubt. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true. All right. Well, sounds like everybody had a good weekend. I got back on Saturday afternoon. Drove straight here to watch the Elks game with Maddie and Jay because my family's out of town. I was like,
Love
what
it.
am I going to do? Go sit at home like a loser?
Maddie cooking up burgers again, or
So
what?
no, they had ordered pizza. though.
Ordered in.
So
Oh.
it was nice. So I snagged a slice, sat down with the boys, watched the game. And then yesterday, my family didn't get back till 6. So I had like the whole day by myself yesterday. I went and got my weed whacker was out of weed whacker string or whatever it is. So I had to go reload that. And then I finished the weed whacking. And then I started to prep for my football games this weekend because I got 2. I did some show prep. I finished watching Freaks and Geeks. I never watched Freaks and Geeks when it was out, just one season. But I ended up watching it. Jason Segel, Franco, Rogan, they're all young. It was good. I liked Freaks and Geeks. But look what happened when I was weed whacking yesterday. I weed whacked my leg.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It sucked.
Yeah.
That hurt.
Who needs to get a tattoo where you can just weed whack your leg?
Well, I don't know why those guys in Jackass put yourself through pain. Because I reloaded the
Where was I, right on the Achilles or what?
I don't know
close.
if you can see it, but
Yeah, you
it's gonna
coulda.
be a Trev, you see my leg?
You did a good job there, Dusty.
Yeah. It hurt briefly.
Just the one, hey? I'm surprised.
Yeah, it was really weird.
Usually you would get.
I think it's because I have very quick leg reflexes, and I got it out of there right
felt
away.
it, yeah.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Snapped it up.
I reloaded the what do you call that? Twine, wire, Anyway,
string, I think is what you
string,
said.
whatever. I reloaded the weed whacker string, and I put it in there, and then I went to do it, and like I don't know if a piece of it came flying off or if I legitimately weed whacked my own leg, but oh my goodness, I dodged a bullet there. That was tough. And then I was weed whacking like really hard areas and stuff kept flying up into my eyes. and
Yeah,
stuff.
you should. Yeah.
Oh,
well,
it
you
was-
wear glasses. I mean, you're wearing those
Yeah,
glasses.
but one got past my glasses, hit me in the eye, and I yelled, "I'm hit!"
Yeah.
And nobody was around to save me. So it was, anyway, tough weekend. Tough weekend indeed. But we're locked and loaded for a great week. Here's a great weekend. Jaked Potato is texted in. And Jaked Potato sent in a picture of his now fiance with her engagement ring.
Wasn't that
a
great?
conch for Jaked Potato and Mrs. Jaked Potato. That's great.
Yeah, I think didn't let it out of the bag. Hey, on the way down there.
No, obviously they didn't listen to the show on the way down. Anyway, congratulations to Jake Potato and his lovely fiance. And in the future, they're going to get married. Hampton Steve texts in, says, good morning, guys. Can I get a conch for the Canadian men's rugby team who had a great performance this past Saturday at Clark Stadium against much higher-ranked Team Spain? Hopefully they can have a similar performance against Team Portugal this upcoming Saturday as well. All right, there we go. All right, 780-218-9999 is where you can chime in. That'll get you into the Paris Jewelers inbox today. They've got flexible payment options such as do not pay for 1 year. You can shop in stores in Edmonton and area, West Edmonton Mall, Kingsway, Londonderry, Sherwood Park Mall, St. Albert Center, online at parisjewelers.com. They are Canadian and they are family owned. One of your text messages will win the text of the day today. Of course, the Nielson Show today and every day brought to you by Weiss Johnson.
Weiss Johnson, Weiss Johnson.
Whoa. Maybe you had your weed whacker in your furnace room this weekend and accidentally weed whacked your furnace and you need a new one.
Lower management says, given how responsibilities are handled in the Nielsen household, I'm surprised Tammy allows us to use the weed whacker. This is one of these things now going forward. You should only use it while she's at the house.
For safety precautions.
It's like using
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
supervise.
She could have come home and found me in the backyard with my leg completely cut open and would have been blood everywhere. Yeah. So you're right. I should probably only weed whack when an adult is around. It's like the last time I tried to chop wood. I was like 15 and I missed the wood and I cut my leg with the axe. So since then, I haven't decided to chop wood. I could have never played for Dallas Aikens.
Split your toe like a cooked sausage.
Not in a million years. It came right across and kind of sliced my part of my calf. It wasn't good. I don't know. I'm not good at axe and stuff. Like it's not my thing, man.
It's sharp.
It's sharp stuff. Scares me a bit. Anyway, it doesn't scare me. Train furnaces. Get a new Train furnace now and you get 15% off any additional mechanical system if you do it at the same time. Air conditioner, heat pump, hot water tank, garage heater. 15% off plus no interest for 24 months. Visit wjsportstalk.com and book an estimate today. I'm so confused. Baked potato. Baked potato text in and says, Tammy Yam here. Jake Potato is my fiance. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe that.
I think Baked Potato was trying to lay claim to the fiance earlier. I'm very confused.
Nobody knows.
No.
Jake Potato, somebody's pretending to be your fiance.
I don't mind Tammy Yam, though. I like
it's a great
adding
name
to the family here.
It's a great handle. It's a great handle for sure. Boyd from the Hamptons texts in. Second time ever that he's texted in.
Love it.
Boyd from the Hamptons, what's up, man? I live next to you. Somewhere, because I'm Dustin from the Hamptons. Anyway, Boyd from the Hamptons says, with all the moves happening, hockey season is looking more exciting for next year. That's what I'm talking about, man.
It hasn't stopped.
Hockey season continues on.
See that list of players filing for Arbrights?
Lots of players at the Arbrights. We're going to spend one day each month up until their hearing talking about the player in depth. Even though they're not Edmonton Oilers. Okay, let's lay this show out for you today.
We'll begin with Peyton Krebs.
Peyton Krebs. How did they not get a deal done with this guy?
Xavier Bourgault as well.
Oh.
Order of Senators.
Morning announcement. Xavier Bourgault filed for arbitration? That's going to be from like Office Space. Like, what exactly is it that you do here?
Yeah, why not, hey?
Morning announcements coming up. We got off season. What off season?
What off season?
The Oilers getting a couple deals done with their RFA defenseman over the weekend.
Yeah.
How about this, guys? How about this? How about we power rank their blue line? Da 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 da. If that doesn't smell like off season, what off season?
What off season?
What does? The good, bad, and ugly from the weekend. We'll get to that before 7:00 this morning. Jamie McLennan, our hockey insiders are done because hockey season basically gets put on hold here for a couple of months. But I did want to talk goalies with Noodles and just get his thoughts on the three-headed monster and how you can make it work from a split perspective, who's the number one, all that stuff. So Noodles is going to join us just after 7 o'clock. Play Alberta early bird bet of the day. That's coming up around 7:25. We will have Chris Strevler, who was awesome on the show when we had him a couple weeks ago. He's going to join us to recap everything in the CFL yesterday.
Unless
We're going to get to that coming
signed
up.
back to the Blue Bombers.
I mean, yeah, I've set it up. He's going to join us every single Monday for the rest of the season, unless he signs a deal immediately with a CFL team. There's a couple losing their quarterbacks this weekend. That's a good for the Italian Center. We'll go there around 7:45. Kind of easy trivia. 3 questions too many. Joaquin Gage is going to join us to recap what was a very interesting British Grand Prix, I dare say. So we'll get into that with Gager, and then the wrap for William Huff still to come as well. Let's get into your morning announcements.
Well, your partner in power.
I jumped the gun on morning announcements.
Yeah.
That's your 6 o'clock hour sponsor, Ewell.
You don't have to play the morning announcements tune for Ewell.
I have to flip it, I
Yeah,
guess.
dude,
Now, yeah.
dude.
Brought to you by Ewell. They're your power play specialists. They've got the gear you need for your next electrical project with 3 Edmonton area locations. You can order online anytime at ewell.ca. Ewell, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. They are the sponsor of the 6 o'clock hour. Scuba Steven texts in, says, "Can I get a conch for my wife? We celebrated our 18th anniversary on Saturday, Independence Day. Her name is Shuba. So given my handle of Scuba Steven, that would make her Scuba Shuba. Hi-oh! All right, man. Congratulations. 18 years. Tam and I are 16 years in 11 days.
My folks also celebrated their anniversary on the 4th of July, and I've told this joke that my dad runs out every single year. The day America gained its independence was the day I lost mine.
I mean, that's a funny joke when you hit it over and over and over again, right? It stays funny. Tabs texts in and says, "Hey, guys, what about Trev's ARB deal of the day?"
I like it.
Trev, what do you think about coming up with correct dollars on an arbitration deal?
Well, I think I could do a pretty good job at that.
Don't think. No.
I know I could do a good job
No.
at that.
Do you want me to do Trev's ARB of the day? Trev's ARB of the day.
Yeah.
Hey, you could probably do that.
That's
eh?
good.
Trade of the day.
Arb of the day.
Trade of the day. YouTube Trev gets his way.
I mean, people be very excited for your
Yeah,
ARB of the day
that
for
would be
Xavier
riveting.
Borgo.
That would be great.
And getting your way in an arbitration, like that's more of a
That's
like,
what you really want.
Get your way.
That's what you really want. And if you're the agent for Xavier Borgo, like, what do you sit down with this team? What do you say to him? Like, some of these guys
That's
are in
a
tough
weird
spot.
one.
Like,
When
that's
I saw his
that's
name. I don't know what.
that's a tough one.
Yeah.
That is a tough one. All right, let's get into your morning announcements. Duck Dad over on the YouTube chat says, "I'm ready to vote on this."
I wrecked
Hey,
the poll.
which side do you? Look, man, we'll go to some extreme lengths to give people the hockey talk that they want, but we are not role playing Xavier Borgo versus said franchise.
Role playing.
Yeah, you're Xavier Borgo, Trev's your agent, I'm the team. That's how it would work. So we're not doing that.
Full costume.
Yeah. Yeah, like actual get a face mask that
we'll
makes you
get
look
the
like
characters
Xavier
down.
Borgo.
Yeah, like mannerisms and
that'd be
everything.
good.
Yeah.
Morning announcements brought to you by the Rundle Park Short Course with affordable rates for juniors, seniors, and adults. It's a walkable par 58. It's great for a family-friendly atmosphere. Perfect for all skill levels, but ideal for shorter hitters and those of you who are just learning the game. Plus, you can snag a smash burger at Shorty's after the round. YouTube Trev swears they're one of the best burgers he's ever had in his entire life. Check them out on Instagram at Rundle Park SC. That's Rundle Park SC on Instagram. All right, we've got lots to get to. We're going to save the Stastny and Mukmadula signings because we got off-season coming up here in about, 7-8 minutes. The Double E suffered their first loss of the season. Where do you think it went wrong against the BC Lions? The BC Lions team, that you know they were going to win at some point, but
It was a tough one going in. I always said I've always been a big fan of Mike Benavides' defense, and if there was one defense in the league to shut down Justin Rankin, it would be the BC Lions defense. I think going into this one, I knew it all along. That was the feeling. They put up 24. I mean, I think this is just one of those games. As you said, the Lions needed one, especially in Kelowna. You can't drop two with the support they were getting there. And yeah, I mean, I want to ask Strevler too. Was it more of what the Lions showed on defense, or was it the Elks' inability to game plan, I guess, and to use Rankin to the best of his abilities? Because 7 carries and 19 yards. I mean, and he is a back that even if you do go down, you should still continue working with him. So I don't know. I'd like to ask him on just the production there and how that kind of got doled out. But hey, Austin Mack had a great day, and I'll take that. And
Austin Mack had a nice fantasy day. I think I've got him in a couple of my CFL .ca fantasy leagues.
James Butler certainly had a nice day as well. You gotta love it. Fantasy, good, bad, and ugly. We'll get to that. But
are you all of a sudden worried that the Elks have fallen off because of this loss? They got Ottawa this week at home Thursday night.
And Ottawa's, you saw what they did in the second half against Montreal. Yeah, and that's the problem too. And I think, and again, I know Abutsky is praying for better weather. A few showers in the forecast, I think, for Thursday. But
jeez,
we'll get there.
These guys can't catch a break. Man.
It's terrible.
It's ridiculous.
No, I don't put too much. The 3-0 is still, it's not fraudulent.
What was the split? Like, I watched the game with Matt and Jay, and then I was listening to their post-game show when I was driving home. I think Cody Fajardo threw the ball 51 times, and Rankin had 7 carries. Yeah. Like, I don't care if you're behind. You can't have that split.
Well,
Cody Fajardo should not be throwing the ball 50 times ever.
You were never, it's not like you were.
No, you weren't out of it.
No, you were never at any point out of it.
I mean, you're down 30.
Yeah.
Then have at her. But they were never really out of that football game. And for Justin Rankin to get 7 carries and Cody Fajardo to throw the ball over 50 times makes 0 sense. None at all whatsoever.
Turnovers are a problem as well. And when you're committing, I think, 5 or 6 turnovers, it's tough to win football games. So I'm still, you still rate them. 3-0 was not a fluke or fraud or anything like that. It's just one of those games.
They get Ottawa, then they get BC again. And we'll see what happens with BC. I'm actually
perfect.
That's a Friday night football game.
Correct?
I'm here for that one. Rourke has never lost to Edmonton.
Yeah.
So, that'll be a good one. That's July 17th. So back-to-back home games coming up here.
Cody's revenge.
For the Double E. Well, we'll see if they can finally figure out what to do against Nathan Rourke. Now, other teams have figured out what to do against Nathan Rourke so far this year. I mean, he's put up some good numbers, but they found ways to beat them. Bo Levi Mitchell last night, that was an ugly one. He was taken off the field on a stretcher, put into an ambulance, taken to the hospital. Bo's already near the tail end of his career. I'd be stunned if he plays again.
Didn't look good.
That's a tough way to go out.
I swear I saw that foot get a little limp, when he was grabbing in the area. We don't know, but yeah, for a guy of his age and everything. And then you saw kind of what happened to the game after that. And
yeah.
I mean, 14-13, given the scores and the quarterback play we've seen put up this year. Kind of cool to see Trey Ford and Elgersman there, I guess, at the end of the day. But
I don't think Trey Ford will be starting for the Ticats.
No, and we've heard, too, that Elgersman needs more seasoning.
Yeah.
That was a story going on.
Well, they've got Drew Brown.
Well. Yeah, they do have Drew Brown.
Bombers can start Drew Brown if they want.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was ugly. That was ugly for Bo. I think I'm with you. When he was rolling over, I think you saw that leg. That foot was pointing a little bit in the wrong direction. So, I mean, he is a automatic Canadian Football League Hall of Famer. But you do not want to see anybody go out in an ambulance at the. And I know he was giving the thumbs up and stuff, but
yeah. But in a league of 9 teams, one quarterback like that going down in the NFL is akin to 6 or 7.
Yeah,
in a sense.
Yeah, it's a big loss. Yeah. And then Zach Collaros actually left the game as well. Elgersman was in.
14
we'll see what ends up happening with Zach. He stayed on the sideline and was watching the entire time, but not good with the start that these teams have had so far this year. Tough to see those 2 quarterbacks go down. Hopefully Zach's is just short term, and we'll see what happens with Bo, but it looks like he'll be out for an extended period of time. Hopefully he can finish his career on his own terms and walk off the field as opposed to have to go off in the ambulance like he did last night. And then England, Mexico, the main event last night. I know many of you were probably watching that. I was watching it myself. It got mucky there, in the first half of the second half. Like it just, like the penalties. I felt like the flow of the entire game got put on hold for about 15 minutes. And I did think Mexico was gonna come back when it was 2-1, and then the red card was dished out, and Mexico had an extra man the rest of the way. I thought for sure they were gonna tie it, and then there's the penalty. Kane scores, they go up 3-1. Then there's the penalty the other way. I know the announcers, and they were calling the hell out of this game. Said it was like one of the best World Cup games they've ever witnessed. You've watched a lot more World Cup soccer than I have. Would you agree? Like, was that one of the best games we've ever witnessed?
Well, Klima's Lid did tweet this. The poor sportsmanship, the flopping and diving in soccer makes it so unwatchable. In no other sport are you permitted to touch officials nor scream in their faces. And I would agree. And to echo Smith TM14, not watching footy.
Well,
so I know that you were, it was all exciting and hoopla. I didn't really get it. I thought it was all cheap. I thought it was very bad. And again, in no other sport have I seen players yell in officials' faces. Poor form.
I would say this, in that stretch that I was talking about, though, there was like 6 guys on the official every 2 minutes. And I was like, come on, like, get this game going.
Too much whining.
I'll say, I thought.
I know.
To me, it got carried away and took away from the game for a little bit.
And you don't see that in the sports we're used to.
I know you're saying that, but it was worse last night than anything I'd seen in any other sport, man. Like, just
all time.
To be
no,
fair.
I'm agreeing with you.
Like, I mean, I don't know.
Don't
I felt bad for the official last night.
Yes.
Well, they were all over him the entire time. You just don't see that. And I thought it took away from the game a little bit with like continuously all of them in his face every time. It was a thriller. Don't get me wrong. Like, I watched the game from pretty much, when did I catch on? Probably 30 minutes in. And then we were locked in. The kids stayed up. We watched it together.
I went to bed after Winnipeg Hamilton.
No, you didn't. You watched it. Come on, I know your soccer shtick during the World Cup, but the officials, I mean, they were all over every single time. It just got to be too much.
When is this tournament over? What we got here? We got July 19 is the final, so a couple weeks.
July 19th?
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit longer. Okay.
Then we're done.
All right. 780-218-9999. Doug texted and says, "Morning, Dusty. For me, the bad and ugly thing happened in all the sports this past weekend, and I'm not a huge fan of soccer, but when an American player gets red carded and is suspended, the president of the USA gets involved with the head of FIFA, and suspension is overturned. The optics of politics involved in sports reeks of total corruption. What say you, Dusty? The ultimate loser at golf, Doug." That's who texts that in. Isn't Belgium trying to fire back on this one as well?
Look, we do a sports show, and I'm keeping politics out of it, so we can talk about the play on the pitch, I guess is what they call it. But we don't need to get into that.
All right, you can chime in 780-218-9999. England, Mexico. Was it incredible last night, or did you get annoyed a little bit? Jimmy O says the only time FIFA wasn't corrupt was before it was created.
Well, Sepp Blatter looks like a choir boy now.
All right, we got off season. Well, this is what you're here for. This is what you want.
Off-season.
This is what you want. Mook Madulin and Stastny signed. Huh? We're gonna power rank the blue line, 1 through 8. Dun 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 dun. Because of the signings, you know.
Yeah, no.
I'll take a look at what cap space they have too, and then the good, bad, and ugly from the weekend still to come as well. If you're listening over on 95.7 Static Free all morning, thank you very much for being here. A couple minutes of commercials, quick traffic update, then you are back with us. Don't go anywhere. If you're watching on YouTube, hammer the thumbs up and sub to the channel. All of our online platforms, we've got a sports update for you. Brought to you by Paramount Flooring. Can't wait to see them on Wednesday. Should be a good time. Are you ready to treat your feet? Visit them in store at 10707 184th Street on the West End or online at ParamountFlooring.ca. Here's the update.
Oilers signing a pair of defensemen yesterday. Shakir Mukhamadullin extending on a 2-year deal with an AAV of $1.75 million, while Spencer Stastny, 1-year extension with an AAV $1.525. Mukhamadullin, acquired from the Sharks in the Darnell Nurse deal, dressed in 50 games for San Jose last season, recording 5 goals and 7 assists. Stastny, meanwhile, played in 36 games for the Oilers after being acquired from Nashville, recording a goal while in Edmonton. Elsewhere around the NHL, RFA Pavel Mintyukov and the Ducks, they finalized a 5-year, $36 million deal that carries a cap hit of 7.2. Jason Robertson, Cole Perfetti, and Kirby Doc highlighting a list of 15 players that filed for salary arbitration yesterday. Week 5 in the CFL wrapping up last night from Hamilton. Both Zach Collaros and Bo Levi Mitchell would leave the game and not return, as the Bombers would take it over the Ticats 14-13. Collaros suffered an upper body injury early in the second quarter following a sack. Mitchell, meanwhile, would have to be rushed to the hospital early in the third quarter after getting sacked by Jake Serezna, who had suffered an injury to his left leg. Week 6 will kick off Thursday when the Elks look to get back in the win column at home to the winless Red Blacks from Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. The Edmonton Stingers dropping a tight one yesterday at the Expo Center, 198 to the Winnipeg Sea Bears. The loss drops the Stingers to 7-8. They're back on the court Thursday when they visit the Sea Bears. Stingers are 3 games back of Winnipeg for top spot in the West. Jays shut out by the Mariners 4-0. Toronto dropping 2 of 3 from the weekend set in Seattle. They also haven't scored a run in 24 innings. The road trip continues tonight in San Francisco against the Giants. Kevin Gausman starts, first pitch 7:45. Riverhawks back in the win column. They avoid the sweep out in Wenatchee, 12-2 hammering the Apple Sox. Hawks are 8-2 in their last 10. They'll be back home to host Nanaimo tomorrow. First pitch 1:05. World Cup of Soccer round of 16 action continues today. Spain face Portugal at 1, while Belgium take on the USA at 6. Charles Leclerc winning the British Grand Prix. George Russell and Lewis Hamilton would also complete the podium. Next up is the Belgian Grand Prix. That goes July 19th. And Chris Gotterup made up a 5-shot deficit, closing with a 9-under 62 to take the John Deere Classic for his 4th PGA Tour title in the last 12 months. Sports Update brought to you by Paramount Flooring. We're expecting some changes in Edmonton this offseason. We're talking about your flooring. Paramount Flooring brings over 30 years of trusted service and expert installation with a flooring lineup homeowners actually want. No permission needed to contact us. Visit our showroom 7 days a week or online at paramountflooring.ca.
Heading in the wrong direction. A comment like that needs attention. There needs to be a plan. Can you trust Jeff and Stan? Off season. What off season? Off season. What off season? Steps back since 24. Only got Connor for 2 more. Windows open but almost closed. Make some trades, don't get hosed. Off season. What off season? Off season. What off season? What off season? Off season. What off season?
6:38 on the Nielson Show. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio. Oh, I got to get something. I'll be right back. This is big news for
Popeyes. Is this a $5.99 big meal? Or you get a choice of a chicken sandwich, 2 tenders, fries, and a drink?
Is it a sandwich? Crispy chicken sandwich?
He better have food. If it's
Spicy?
not food, I'm leaving. We should both leave. We'll walk out and protest.
Oh, what's this?
This is a little package from Popeyes. And these are available. There's a limited number of them. These are available at Popeye's locations.
What's in the bag?
What's in the bag? These are little Edmonton Elks koozies.
Oh.
And it's like, it's got Justin Rankin, Cody Fajardo.
You just collect them all, hey?
Austin Mack. Yeah, so there'll be like one will be available for a little bit. Then you get another one. Your boy Carney. Oh, there you go, my man. Terrell Ford and DeBlanco. So yeah, you can pick these up at all Popeyes locations starting today. I'm pretty sure they're running that out on July 6th.
Well, Trev should get the Fajardo one.
Yeah, because you look like Fajardo.
Natural, right?
You got Carney.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll take Rankin.
Okay.
Okay, and then we've got DeBlanco, Ford, and Mac left.
That's terrific.
Who wants what?
Well, Mac is on my fantasy team, I would say. Maybe if
say, you probably should get Mac.
If I may, complete the green and white set here.
Can I take DeBlanco?
Yeah, of
Because then I
course.
got green and white, and then you got two greens. There we go. Oh, good catch, Trev. Trev, your hands are spectacular this morning.
Thank you.
That's good. These are nice, right? Anyway, if you're listening on 95.7 and you are an Elks fan, it's like limited. There are low numbers on these, limited quantity, but they'll have them available at all Popeyes locations.
That's cool.
And then you put it over top of a bottle and a can and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, it should be pretty cool. Available at all Popeyes.
Thank you.
Shout out to Furby for dropping these
Thanks,
bad boys
Furby.
off for us.
Thank you.
Yeah, very cool. All right, let's get into off-season. What off-season?
What off season?
Brought to you by the crew over at GCL Diesel. I hope they have their shirts on for the EST Golf Classic, you wild animals. Providers of the best diesel engine components around, from turbochargers to injectors, fuel pumps to sensors. They're the critical engine component experts, proud to serve Edmonton and the Northern Alberta area for over 50 years. GCL Diesel. Diesel! Understood. It's a Reed Wilkins Show bit. Reed Wilkins Show. Every day from 3 to 6 on iHeart. Tune in. EdmontonSportsTalk.com and on YouTube. All right, so the Edmonton Oilers, Spencer Stastny signs. 1-year deal, 1.525. He will be a UFA after this upcoming season, as will Emberson after this upcoming season. And then Mukhamadullin gets 2 years for 1.75 per. So they get a couple of depth defenders locked in for the upcoming season. Mukhamadullin for a couple of years. As far as cap space that is currently left for your Edmonton Oilers, 5.93. I'm thinking somewhere around $1 million probably goes to Doc, as he's not signed it. He's an RFA, so they've still got probably around like 4.5 mil to hang on to or to do something with if they want before now in the beginning of the season, or save it and have a ton of money to move and pick up some pieces at the deadline or partway through the season, I guess. But I thought with Stastny and Mukhamadullin signed, let's power rank the blue line today, boys. 1 through 8. They've got their 8 bodies back there.
I like this.
All right, so we'll do it as a group. We'll do it as a community. How's that sound? Everybody, feel free to chime in. 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. Oh, Bones. Bones is savage today. Limited availability. So like Alphonso Davies. Ooh,
That's
man.
a soccer joke.
Bones, you're killing us with the vicious, savage soccer joke. Holy smokes, man. All right, so 1 through 8. If you're over on YouTube, you can rank them for us. Number 1 is Evan Bouchard. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
He has to be, Trev. Are you joking with that?
yeah, no.
Are you going to make a legitimate case for somebody else to be number 1? Oh, okay. All right, so Bouch is number 1. This is where it gets interesting. Who's number 2?
Has to be Ekholm.
Okay.
Even though he's older.
Well, this is the thing.
Does
If Ekholm's your number 2, I mean, he was trending in not a great direction last season.
Yeah. But then,
If Ekholm's your number 2 at this stage of his career, what's that say about Wallman?
he had a terrible year. Yeah, he was trending even more so downwards.
Okay, so is there a different number 2, or is there second best defenseman somebody
Has to be
who's
Ekholm.
trending in the wrong direction?
Well, yeah, I don't know how much of it was like, you bring up his age, 37, I believe, but a condensed schedule. I can't help but think next year's season will be better.
For Ekholm.
Yes.
All right. So do you have any opposition to Ekholm?
I think it was a
number two?
one-off. I think he'll be fine.
I don't know, man. I think it's crazy to say it's a one-off when he's at the age that he's at. Obviously, had a significant injury a year and a half ago.
But what was it? Was it months? Was it just games? We're talking Ekholm, like where he was struggling? Because in playoffs, we're like, it wasn't that great, but it wasn't like months. It would be like every now and then, just feel like he was struggling. But how much of that was him and the whole team? Because I don't remember.
I don't confidently want to put Wallman in there either at 2.
No.
So, and then there's a Connor Murphy conversation. But
yeah, but I don't remember like grilling Ekholm that much. We were like, he's kind of fighting it right now, but we were never like, he cost the Oilers the game. He wasn't that bad. Like, he's still a safe option.
Okay, we'll go Ekholm at 2.
Has to be. Because Wallman definitely wasn't great last year.
All right.
Duck Dad says when we're having this discussion, it just goes to show where things are at.
Well, I mean,
Not a
overall,
bad-
like...
no, but we're on number 2 and we're talking about, downtrending and stuff. Like, I'm just saying.
But no,
he makes a good
get
point.
it. Yeah. Well,
this
I think
is just a natural.
I think there has to be a little bit of like Ekholm's an absolute warrior. Don't get me wrong.
No.
But I think there has to be a little bit of concern with where his game is at this stage of his career.
Yeah.
Okay, but we'll go Ekholm at 2. Wallman or Murphy at 3. They could end up playing together. I think that would likely be the plan. All right, I mean, I get Shea. There's
Shea.
There's
So,
a
yeah,
Shea
I'll-
conversation.
Does Wallman
as well.
make your top 5 is the question.
Well, he has to make the top 5. There's I know Wallman's been kind of hit and miss here so far, but he definitely has to be higher than
You're forgetting
Emerson.
Josh Brown?
Yeah, well, Josh Brown is not part of this top 8, I think. I hope.
Not yet.
And is this ranking like what we expect heading into next season, or just like right now, what we know right now?
What do you mean?
Well, because I think
it's got to be right
right now.
What you know.
Okay. And just going off of last season, if we're going, I'd have to probably put Murphy in there over Wallman. Like right now, just his defensive
Okay.
game. Because
What about the new guy?
yeah, it's a toss up between
Had
Murphy
over 30 points last year.
and Shea.
He's only done it once, but he had over 30 points last year, was by all accounts a great penalty killer. And if we view Murphy as a great penalty killer who doesn't really provide much offense, I think there's a case to be made that Shea might be their third best defenseman.
Yeah.
Now, Wallman should get more offensive opportunity early in this one. But
two different defensemen. We know what Murphy did here. I am still like, I don't know. We don't really know what Shea can do here. So I'd probably still give Murphy the slight edge. But going...
okay, but what about Wallman in this conversation?
So that means Wallman's 5. But I would not be surprised if like a month into next season, Wallman's back up to 3, then Shea, then Murphy.
So you think we go Murphy right now because we've seen him?
Yeah.
And then Shea at 4?
Oh gosh, that sounds
guys.
terrible.
No,
But,
we can say it sounds terrible.
But it's true, man.
Wallman last year had 20 points and only played 53 games, but he was minus 17.
It was banged up. I don't know how much you include that in all of this, but certainly he was fighting it all season long. I can count on my one hand, though, the amount of good games he had. And 2 of them were in the playoffs. But I feel like Murphy for sure was a steady Eddie as soon as he came in here, and he didn't hurt them. He had a few big goals, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Rick, would you put Shea ahead of Wallman?
Bouchard, Murphy, Ekholm, Shea, Wallman, Emberson, Mukamadulin, Regula, Lepinin,
Where's
Carfagna.
Stastny?
Where's Statsy?
That's where I'm going.
Okay, so you had Murphy at 2nd.
Again, we're ranking upon what we know, what we've seen. I like Ekholm. Don't get me wrong. I do feel a little older in the tooth, not getting younger. Murphy with what he did, nurse whisper, all those things, penalty kill. I just think that he is what this group needs. Bouchard's one. That's with a bullet. I'd have Murphy with a slight 2 over Ekholm.
Okay. And I've got Bouchard, Ekholm, Murphy, Shea, Wallman, Emberson, Mook, Madulin, Stasny.
Shea Wallman. Yeah. I had Shea Wallman too. Yeah.
Shea had a better they're different spots, but Shea had a much better season than Wallman did last year.
Prove us wrong. I mean, I'm all for being
Wallman is really the biggest wild card in this whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. Ekholm is Ekholm. As you pointed out, Ekholm, statistically, he liked Ekholm's season last year.
Yeah.
I guess I liked Ekholm the previous years.
I just think it was because he was so good defensively, and he just very rarely made mistakes as soon as he came in. The last season and a bit, we were kind of starting to see some, not the greatest plays of his game,
So, Trevor, you okay with Bouchard, Ekholm, Murphy, Shea, Wallman, Emberson, Mook, Madulin, Stasny?
Yeah.
I think that's probably how it sorts itself out. So, but Wallman is the real X factor in this blue line.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like if Wallman can step up and be a 40-point D-man and be on the plus side of things.
He's the new Nurse.
Well, actually, we haven't had the whole discussion about like who will be the next whipping boy. But the contract of $7 million,
Yeah.
Bouch will still get a fair share of.
He'll always get his fair share.
Yeah, they're always there. I mean, Boucharders aren't going to go away, I guess. But yeah, what say you? 780-218-9999. Andrew, the accountant, is in and says, Wallman should be number 3 for this team. He needs to stay healthy. He never got going properly.
Should be, yeah.
He should be too, honestly.
I think we're not.
He had a decent playoffs, but if he's healthy all year, I think he can make an impact. You say he should be too, honestly?
Here's hoping. Yeah.
Well, you would hope that like Wallman in his prime is better than Ekholm at the tail end of his career.
Yeah.
But that has not proven to be a thing just yet, right? So Library Pat says Bouchard, Ekholm, Murphy, Wallman, Shea, Emberson, Mook, Madulin, Stasny. Stoics 99 text and it says, guys, can I get a conch for the Morinville Titans winning gold this weekend in the U15 Outdoor Soccer Provincials? I coached the team and was truly an unbelievable effort to beat Jasper in the finals. My son had the game-winning 1-0 goal. My God, you guys. Stoics and his son. This is probably their greatest weekend that they're ever going to have as a father and son.
I hope he was wearing a suit on the touchline.
Oh, he better. Ooh, touchline. Is that what they call it? The sideline's called the touchline?
In hockey terms, it's the bench.
I like that.
Yeah.
The touchline. God, I've heard that, but I never really kind of figured it out. The touchline.
Too bad the son didn't get a brace.
Oh, yeah. If he was really going to go somewhere, he would have had a brace. All right, 780-218-9999. You can keep those power rankings of the Oilers blue line rolling in if you wish. That was off-season. What off-season? Let's get into our good, bad, and ugly from the weekend. Rick, what was your good?
It's full CFL for the good, bad, and ugly. I'm going with fantasy. Birmingham Barracudas, your defending champion, top of the heap right now.
You're starting with your fantasy?
Well, absolutely. I'm going to take a victory lap here. Why not? It was a total. It was loss was conceded by one Matthew Iwanek and the Sacramento Golden Liners Thursday night, and the game wasn't even over. The body wasn't even cold yet. Vernon Adams Jr. 48.4 points. Take a bow, my son. Now, I started him because Alexander was on a bye, so I was kind of forced into that hand. But I mean, that's what you love to have. So he had 48.4. I'll go down the list. Austin Mack, 20.1. Thank you very much. Carrick Wheatfall, 4.1. Obviously, the Bolívar Mitchell.
Start somebody ahead of Wheatfall, man.
That's a thin bench. I had 8 points on my bench.
Really?
This was a coaching masterpiece. David,
who are you, Stoics?
David Unger III picked him up off the waiver wire.
Great waiver wire. That's a 4-team league.
But could have went for Brissett too, but I didn't. But that's fine.
I can't believe you play in a league
points.
where Unger and Brissett are on the waiver wire.
Well,
and McCord starting AJ Ouellette.
James Butler, 28.2. Thank you very much. Keon Schaefer-Baker, quiet week for him. 0.9 points. Didn't matter.
We get it. You had a huge
Saskatchewan
week.
defense special teams, 10.5. And Liram Hajalahu, 6 points in Calgary in the Stampede Bowl. So 133.6. Over Maddie's Sacramento Gold Miners, 81.85, catching him on a weak week with Justin Rankin just getting 9.9 points fantasy.
Trev, what's your good from the weekend?
Well, I guess it was on the Friday, but I'm still going to say it.
That counts as the
That's a
beginning of the
weekend,
weekend.
Yeah, the offer sheet I think that's great.
Oh, you
I
were
love
loving it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Shout out Philly for doing that. It's so much more fun when that happens, when it isn't your team that's involved. Right? Like with Broberg and Holloway, that sucked, but nope, that was fun. I think it's great for hockey. I think you're going to start to see a lot more of this going forward, which is just exciting. Like it's, I don't know. I think this is fun. It's really good. So I like that. Good. Very good.
My good from the weekend is I'm walking across the field in Ottawa after the game, and a listener or viewer wearing an Elks shirt goes, "Hey, Dusty, good stuff."
Did you have a catch?
No, I wish he would have said, "Can we have a catch?"
Go deep.
I would have had a catch with him.
Go deep.
Anyway, so we're walking by, and he
You could have
yells,
done the Rod Smith.
and I say, "Hey, man, thanks for the support." And then he goes, "Well," and he did. On the field in Ottawa, this guy was doing my elk call as I walked by, which, your elk call has made it when people are trying to duplicate it in the wild. It was, so that was good. That was a lot of fun. What's your bad from the weekend?
Bad will be the Elks losing Kelowna, and specifically the day it was for Mr. Rankin. We talked about the pace that he was on. I would have liked him to at least continue with an average game so we could keep talking about the pace of the numbers that he was going to set 100,000 receiving yards, 200,000 rushing yards, that type of thing. Unfortunately, not the case. So a quiet day for him. And, it's not ugly, but it's bad when you lose, and they lost. But again, it's one of those losses I think you can take and move on, and they get the winless Red Blacks coming to town Thursday.
You're bad from the weekend.
I'll go with Canada losing to Morocco. It has to be Canada losing to Morocco.
Did you say losing?
Losing.
Yeah,
I'm not playing it, man. We're right up against it.
No, I know. That's okay.
Yeah.
I just want
Jerry S. Jackson, you are.
Well, so I was in the air for that entire match.
Did you cry?
No, I was watching Freaks and Geeks.
Wild Hogs.
I didn't watch Wild Hogs yet. Remind me this week. I'll watch it this week. I had a couple stops this week. By all accounts, Canada was all over them in the first, just couldn't bury one. And then, did they deserve better than what they got, Rick?
You get to this stage and you're like, house money,
Yeah.
right? House money. And you're like, well, Morocco's the better nation, one of the top nations in Africa. Okay. But what kills you as a sports fan? It's that 4-letter word, hope.
Yeah.
And you had a little hope. And that's the problem. If they would have got taken to the cleaners, okay, well, that's your better.
But they come out in the first half. You're like, oh my God, this is possible.
And Trev showed up. We were all at the cabin.
Oh man, what a great
We
time!
had a big table. Thank you to Jasmine. Shout out Jasmine for getting the table and not showing up to the place.
She got you the table that no showed.
I showed up. I had to tell the girl. I said, my name is not Jasmine, and we had
That's
a laugh.
strange.
And then I ordered fries, and they never came. But anyways, so I was there. Trev, Maddie, and his girlfriend Kayla. We had a couple other people sitting at the table. Zach showed up.
Oh God, what a time!
It was a good crew, but we could never pop. We never got a pop. We never got a goal.
pop.
And you were punch drunk off the Qatar win. We had 6 to celebrate there. We were
Yes. Oh, yeah.
on the packet.
You're having a good time.
So to go from that to this was just, and yeah, you get to halftime 0-0. You're like, okay, maybe probably should have got one, but just not enough quality. And Morocco coming away with it at the end. So
Man, I'm glad you got that table, even though Jasmine wasn't there.
yeah, and then she's like, we're showing up. And then she's like, we're not showing up. And she's like, well, we might show up later. Then after the game, she's like, what are you guys doing? Party? I'm like, but they lost.
The party doesn't
I'm
continue
going
after
home.
the
And,
loss.
yeah, like.
All right, and my bad from the weekend was Ferrari pitting Lewis Hamilton in second place under a safety car, and then he comes back out in third, and the safety car's never lifted, and he finishes third. Like, if you just don't pit him, he finishes second. Instead, you decide to bring him into the pits, put him on soft, thinking the race was going to restart. The race doesn't restart, and you basically handed George Russell second place. At Silverstone. That stings.
It's got to sting.
Anyway, we'll get into that with Gage a little bit later on. He's going to join us around 8:30. Ugly from the weekend.
It's got to be that Hamilton-Winnipeg game.
In general.
As I say, when a quarterbacks go down to the NFL all the time, and then it's like, there's 16 other games and 10,000 other quarterbacks. You lose a quarterback like a Bo Levi Mitchell and or a Zach Collaros in this league, and it's like losing a handful of them. So for both of them to go down like that, now Collaros, was standing on the sidelines.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there. But then the Bo Levi Mitchell thing to happen and the ambulance coming out and everything. That's just, it's... I mean, you did get to see, and again, the two U Sport quarterbacks going at it for the first time since the 60s or something like that. Cool thing, but clearly, I mean, we know what Trey Ford is.
Yeah.
Elgersma still may be a
They
toss-up
called
there.
a pretty conservative game for Elgersma after he came in. So
but even
we'll
some
see
of
what
his
happens.
throw, like, the mechanics, but we'll see.
Yeah.
And they, as you said, they have Drew Brown in the wings there, so
They'll go to Drew Brown.
that's the ugly for me. And again, what we've seen in the CFL thus far, the high scoring, the quarterback play and everything, the score was really indicative of kind of what happened that game.
Trev, you're ugly.
I'll be quick. Just the Blue Jays over the weekend. They're struggling mightily. They lose 11-0 to the Mariners on Saturday, follow it up with a 4-0 loss yesterday.
Gross.
Their record on the season is 42-48. They have no offense. It has been
24
tough
innings,
to
they
watch.
haven't scored a run.
Yeah, I was just...
They had 3 in the...
yeah,
24 innings?
Yes.
They scored all the runs. They shut out Seattle Friday, but it was
Yeah.
all in like the third inning or something? Or-
Yeah. It
That's
was
awful.
very early. So it just sucks right now. It's ugly.
First of all, the Bo Levi Mitchell injury from last night. That's ugly. You don't want to see Bo's career end like that. But I originally had this one in there. The game that I called on Friday night, the punter for Ottawa had the worst tackle attempt I've ever seen in my entire life. If you just go online and search Noah Getman tackle, it's this Sexton kid who's getting the start for the Riders at kick return because Letcher's been placed on the 6th game. Gets the edge, gets the outside, and he's running down the sideline.
I'll retweet that video again here.
And Getman comes running over. And it was like in Austin Powers when he kept falling on the bed. He's like, "Oh, I've fallen over. Oh no, I've fallen over again." Like he comes running over, and Sexton's run out of room. Like there's nowhere to go, and Getman kind of like almost gets behind him and pushes him
It's a
down the
weird-
sideline. It's the worst attempted tackle. Like it's got to be a top 5 worst attempted tackle in the history of the sport.
In his defense, Sexton was rolling at him, and he had no, like, it's not even like he had to jog up to him. He was almost standing stationary.
Yeah,
so you're
just
kind of
fell
like,
down. It was awful. Put your shoulder into his hip.
something.
Come on, man. I get it. You're a kicker. But you're the last line of defense there. The guy literally had no room to go. Sexton was probably thinking, "Oh, okay, I'm going to get pushed out of bounds for sure." And then he just ran right by him.
Well,
on
he
the sideline.
tiptoed.
Like,
He tiptoed down that sideline
No, it was
earlier.
great.
I thought he went out a couple of times,
Yeah.
but I mean, throw down a banana peel or something. You could have.
absolutely horrendous. Horrendous.
He just kind of bounces on.
Yeah,
him.
it was awful. Anyway, that is your good, bad, and ugly from the weekend. We got Jamie McLennan coming up to talk Oilers goaltenders. We'll get his thoughts on all 3 and how do you manage this with all 3 of them heading into next season. 7 o'clock hour has been brought to you by Ewell. Order online anytime at ewell.ca, your Edmonton-based partner in power and source for all things electrical. If you are listening on 95.7, a couple minutes of commercials, quick traffic update with the wonderful Pauline Higgins. Then you're right back with us, Jamie McLennan on goaltending. Chris Strevler just after 7:30 today as well. We do have a sports update brought to you by Chelsea Labella at Expedia Cruises in Northeast Edmonton. She's going to join us in studio tomorrow for a little announcement, which should be good. Call or text 780-970-4834. Here's the update.
The Oilers signing a pair of defensemen yesterday. Shakir Mukhamadullin extending on a 2-year deal with an AAV $1.75 million, while Spencer Sassney inks a 1-year extension, carrying with it a $1.525 AAV. Mukhamadullin acquired from the Sharks in the Darnell Nurse trade, dressed in 50 games for San Jose last season, recording 5 goals and 7 assists. Stastny, meanwhile, played in 36 games for the Oilers last year after being acquired from Nashville, recording a goal while in Edmonton. Elsewhere, RFA Pavel Mintyukov and the Ducks finalized a 5-year, $36 million deal, carrying with it a cap hit of $7.2 million. Jason Robertson, Cole Perfetti, and Kirby Doc highlighting a list of 15 players that filed for salary arbitration yesterday. Week 5 in the CFL wrapping up last night in Hamilton. It was the Bombers over the Ticats 14-13. Story of this one, though, both Zach Collaros and Bo Levi Mitchell would leave last night's game and not return. Collaros suffering an upper body injury earlier in the second following a sack. Mitchell, meanwhile, would have to be rushed to the hospital early in the third quarter after getting sacked by Jake Serezna. He'd suffer an injury to his left leg. Week 6 will kick off Thursday when the Elks look to get back in the win column at home to the winless Red Blacks from Play Alberta Field at Commonwealth Stadium. Stingers dropping a tight one yesterday, 198 to the Winnipeg Sea Bears. It drops the Stingers' record to 7-8. They are 3 games back of Winnipeg for first in the West. They're back on the court Thursday when they visit those Winnipeg Sea Bears. Toronto Blue Jays shut out again, 4-0 to the Mariners. They dropped 2 of 3 from the weekend set in Seattle. They haven't scored a run in 24 innings. They'll look to get back in the win column tonight and get a run as the road trip continues in San Francisco. Kevin Gausman, the scheduled starter. First pitch, 7:45. Sticking with baseball, the Riverhawks back in the win column. They avoid the sweep out in Wenatchee 12-2 over the division-leading Apple Sox. Riverhawks now 8-2 in their last 10, 5.5 games back of Wenatchee for first. They're back home to host Nanaimo tomorrow afternoon. First pitch, 1:05. World Cup of Soccer round of 16 action will continue later today with a pair of games. Spain face Portugal at 1, while Belgium take on the USA at 6. Charles Leclerc winning the British Grand Prix. George Russell and Lewis Hamilton would complete the podium. Next up is the Belgian Grand Prix. That goes July 19th. And over to golf, Chris Gotterup made up a 5-shot deficit, closing with 9 under 62, taking the John Deere Classic for his 4th PGA Tour title in the last 12 months. Sports update brought to you by Expedia Cruises. Join YouTube Trev for the best trip of his life. A weekend of Blue Jays baseball in Toronto, July 17 to 19, when they take on the AL Central leading White Sox. Contact Chelsea LaBelle at Expedia Cruises, Northeast Edmonton, to get on the waiting list today. Call or text 780-970-4834.
Such a special day. Bagpipes fired up and the nasty bash is underway. And we know that there's a special place where all the AM nasties can party for just a single day. We are just living the dream since leaving 1260. Beers at Fergie's place with that trash TV. The Elks did make us proud, and boy, it caused a scene. Cash J's play of the day, and everybody screamed, oh, it just had begun. All the boys and girls, nasty bash at the club. Oh, mama, we're just having fun. Troy's dancing with wheels. It's where we belong down at Fergie's Rugby Club. We're gonna keep on bashing at Fergie's Rugby Club. We'll be two-step dancing over on the hardwood. We're gonna keep on bashing at Fergie's Rugby Club. Fergie's Rugby Club. Fireball shots and Corey B's wife's on the floor. Atif stuck in the bathroom and Tony changing beds outside the door. Big uke and a 6 o'clocker can. Dusty pours it on his head. Now he's a made man. Nelson had a crazy dream. Honey dill for him to eat. Christian from Winnipeg, you've been too good to he. Trev's grandma won't be proud, 'cause in his car he'd sleep. Tommy sees another girl, you know he's gonna scream. Oh, we just have begun.
7:07 on the Nielson Show. Thank you very much for being here today. Nielson Show today and every day brought to you by the fine folks over at Weiss Johnson. Check out wjsportstalk.com today. You can text us anytime. That'll get you into the Paris Jewelers inbox. One of your text messages will win the text of the day. We've got Nasty Bash 4 going down on Saturday, July 25th. St. Albert Rugby Club, less than 3 weeks away. You don't have to pay to come. You don't have to buy a ticket. You can just show up, but you can also let us know you're coming if you want. RSVP?
RPSV.
No, it's RVSP. RSVP. Good work, Travis.
Responsible people visiting solitarily.
That's what it means? Yeah. Anyway, RSVP at EdmontonSportsTalk.com.
Bring a noob.
And like we say, bring a noob. It'll be a great time. Old-fashioned hall party at the St. Albert Rugby Club. Saturday, July 25th. RSVP at EdmontonSportsTalk.com. And then we'll put you on the list just in case we get way too many.
Maybe our next guest.
Noodles is he flies all over the country four times a week. So who knows? Maybe he would be out in St. Albert at that time.
Like everybody else.
Yeah, he must be retiring to the cottage here at some point. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio today. The 7 o'clock hour is brought to you by GameSense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, use your GameSense. Noodles are going to join us. We've got your Play Alberta early bird bet of the day. Chris Strevler is going to pop by just after 7:30. And that's a good for the Italian Center still to come as well. Noodles is our hockey insider today. Brought to you by GS Construction. For more than 5 decades, GS has been proud to serve our communities. And once again, they're hiring now. GS is looking for experienced top men, pipelayers, operators. Visit GSConstruction.ca. Click on careers to find out more. And he joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline this morning. And I know we're past our insider time, but I had to talk goalies with Noodles. I mean, we got to get into it one last time. And let's bring in Jamie McLennan this morning. Noodles, are you off to a cottage like all the other insiders and analysts? Or how do you spend your summer for the most part?
No, I don't have a cottage. I hate bugs and water. So, I mean, what am I going to go up for? I don't swim. So, no, I am. I do. I'm done working for the summer with TSN and that. I go to Italy every summer. So I'm leaving for Italy and we choose a different spot. This year it's Puglia. So we're doing the eastern coast of Italy. So it should be good.
Oh, that'll be good. I mean, nothing against cottages in Ontario, but Italy sounds a little bit nicer. That's
awesome.
Why?
I don't understand, like, people just go and sit and stare at water and there's a bunch of mosquitoes and stuff like that. I was in Alberta twice this past week.
Of course.
And the mosquitoes are ridiculous.
Oh.
Like, ridiculous. It's very upsetting. Like, I was in, I went to Stampede. I was at Cowboys. There was mosquitoes in the bar. I'm like, what are you doing? What's going on? Like, just ridiculous. But no, I do enjoy the time off. But you know me, I'm always everywhere, and I'll make it to a few Elks games at some point and do all of that type of stuff. So,
all right. Well, we wanted to talk goalies with you. Stan Bowman was on Reed Wilkins' show last week, and Reed asked him about the goaltending situation, and he did say, and I think it's something that's kind of been hinted at for a little while, but he said he feels like the position is getting to a point where you can carry 3 guys and you can find a way to play 3 guys. And Buffalo did it this year. And it looks like because of the waiver status of Levi that they will have to carry 3 unless they want to bury Jari down there at some point. But just your thoughts on the position shift over the last little while. And you're not going to see guys play 65 games. So maybe it is okay to carry a 3rd guy.
I don't disagree with that. If you actually look at the end of the season and you go back on stats, you can go to NHL.com, go back on stats and count how many goalies played in the league. It's 32 teams, so if everybody had 2, it should be 64. But with injuries and guys getting called up and stuff, it's usually north of 100 goaltenders that play in the league. So you do the math. Like it's 3 a team at least. Some teams use 4 or 5 goaltenders because of injuries and all that type of stuff. I've always advocated there should be 3 goaltenders on every NHL team because you think about it with back-to-back situations, with the lack of practice time, they always need, for lack of better words, and I can, say it, a practice dummy, because I was one for many years. So when you look at it, like, I think that, the league should change that. There should be that 3rd goaltender that doesn't count against the cap. I've always been against this, and I know I've ranted on this before. Like, the e-bug is the most ridiculous thing in the history of pro sports. And I know it's a great story. David Ayers and, Scott Foster, gets in and makes 7 saves against, I think, Winnipeg or Columbus. No, it was in Chicago, so I can't remember. Scott Foster played for Chicago against Winnipeg. But you don't watch an NFL game and the quarterback goes down and they pull a guy with chicken wings all over his face out of the stands to go throw some balls.
But how cool would that be?
Wouldn't that be great? Like, okay, Patrick Mahomes just tweaked his knee, so they're going to go to Rick, who works at Staples, and he's going to come down and take a few snaps. It's ridiculous. So the way I see it is there always should be a third goaltender available to a team and at any time. So, I look at Devon Levi's situation. He's, the analytics, he had good numbers in the minors the last couple of years. He's a good young goaltender, but he's busy in the net and he needs to slow his game down. I really like his skill set. He always reminded me of a young Marc-Andre Fleury.
Okay.
Good feet, quick hands, all of that type of stuff. But his game was really, really overactive. And Marc-Andre Fleury was really overactive early in his career. And then he slowed his game down and was able to become a very good goaltender, as we know. Frederik Andersen, I think it's a brilliant move. And I thought, Stan Bowman had a really nice deadline or whatever, free agency, because, it was efficient, it was low impact, and he was able to get guys on good contracts, including Kapanen. So I think there's a scenario there where people are comfortable with the roster. Yes, there's going to be some battles at training camp to see who plays, but in net, when you come to those three, Freddie Andersen doesn't have to play 55 games. Tristan Jarry needs a good offseason here to be in shape, to give himself an opportunity to be a good goaltender for the Oilers. The other thing I'm going to add on that is we've rarely been able to judge these goaltenders for as long as I've been on this show, because it was Koskinen and Smith and Skinner, and you go right down. The Oilers have not been good defensively. So how do you judge a team, or how do you judge goaltenders when it's dog park defense every night? I think Mike Babcock is going to help change that, where you've got a tighter structure and you actually can look at the team and go, oh, that's what they're trying to do defensively. Oh, that's what they're trying to do in the neutral zone and offensively manage the puck. When the team is a lot more efficient with the puck, you're going to see the goaltenders not get exposed. So it wouldn't shock me if you actually had good goaltending this year statistically, where Mike Babcock in his system helps that out.
Babcock certainly is an X factor there. What did you think, though, of the blue line as it stands now with the Oilers? Of course, Darnell Nurse to San Jose, a couple of depth signings yesterday. They acquired that Mukamadulin, Stastny also on a 1 year. But where do you think the blue line's at with Babcock leading the charge heading into the season?
Well, it's mobile, and not that Darnell Nurse wasn't mobile. You need to be able to skate in today's world. Murphy getting signed, like everything has a purpose, right?
Ryan Shea as well, good. I forgot to bring up, and that I'd be remiss.
Now, but the Shea contract, I thought it was really a tidy contract. $4 million a year. If you look at him, he's got offensive upside. He's played with top players. I like it. He's not 38 years old. It just, to me, that defensive core it's not only good, but it has good potential. If Wallman can be healthy and play, his right side and, the left side, but not the right side. Like, to me, the guys are going to be slotted properly. The X factor is always going to be Ekholm and Bouchard. Ekholm is not 28 years old anymore, so they're going to have to be mindful of him. And Bouchard's health now, it still scares me. That concussion at the World Championships was awful. And you never want to see all of a sudden he gets hit at Christmas and he's out for months and stuff like that. Once you get one really bad concussion, you have to make sure that you're feeling healthy before you're back at it. And they say you're never 100% before again, but at the end of the day, that defensive core looks really good. And I think, Stan Bowman did a really good job. Darnell Nurse goes, there's no salary retained. Yeah. And I like Darnell's comments leaving. He was on our station the other day and just said, listen, I'm going to turn the page, but I learned a lot. Could I have played better at certain times? Absolutely. It was a very classy interview. I just, this wasn't a guy that was sitting there pointing fingers or feeling like a victim. I think Darnell had a real good run in Edmonton, and sometimes there's an expiration date on everything. And stuff needed to change. And unfortunately, it was Darnell that needed to go. And whether he chose to go or it was mutual, either way, the defensive core looks different. And that's what Mike Babcock's going to have to work with.
Jamie McLennan with us on the show this morning. I want to circle back around to the goalies here for a second, because when you have the three guys, do you identify Freddie Andersen's their number one, but he's only going to play 35 games? Do you give them each a schedule over a month-long stretch? How do you handle that if it's going to be a regular thing?
Well, I think the goaltender coach has to sit down with the guys and feel, do what's best for them as far as physically and mentally, so that they know, okay, we've got, let's call it 12 games this month. One guy's going to get 5, one guy's going to get 4, one guy's going to get 3 type of thing. And this is what is scheduled. A lot of times when you lay out the month, you try and schedule something, it never works out, because there's always, hey, a guy gets blown out, or, a guy goes on a little bit of a run and the coach wants to give him an opportunity, or there's an injury and things just change. So I think in a perfect world, you want to lay out the strategic, what you're doing. But as long as you're transparent and the relationship is good with the three guys, I think all three guys will probably be comfortable with where they are. Frederick Anderson is not 28. So when you're 37 years old, he's going to go, this is what I need I would like to play this amount of games, and this is what I need to do. Same with Tristan Jarry. Tristan Jarry is coming, I think he's 30 now, maybe 29. But you look at it, he understands that this is what it's going to be. And Levi, wanting to be an everyday NHLer, is going to want to push. So I think it's more what the coach and the goaltender coach work out as far as what's best for the team moving forward to manage everything. But I think what's clear is if they're a playoff team and want to go deep in the playoffs, you got to identify who's going to run with it at some point. But just like we saw, Freddie Anderson went 12-1, but it was Brandon Busty that took over.
Yeah.
So, this is a platoon situation. This is not Vasilevsky. This is not Hellebuck. So you're not going, one guy's playing 65 or 63 and the rest is being handed out to everybody else. Now you got 84 games, two extra games to play with as well. So there'll be enough ice time for everybody.
Yeah, it could be a situation where it's 30, 30, and 24. Like the
season's like a baseball game.
Yeah, there's a lot of games to dish out to these guys. Noodles, they still got about $5 million in cap space. Is there an area you try to spend that? Do you spend a little bit of it? Do you hang on to all of it and have the ability to add something of significance during the season?
Well, I think you can be patient now because, where is Ike Howard going to put this? Ike Howard going to push through? And, we saw Savoy push through last year and, become, I think, a pretty important player for the team. Podkolzin did as well. That's some youth. Are they going to leave that a hole maybe? And I wouldn't say a hole, but is there an opportunity for somebody to push through in the top 6 and settle in? If not, then you've got flexibility to go, hey, is Jake DeBrusk an option? Is Ricard Raquel an option? Somebody like that. Brian Rust, because you hear guys that potentially could be available. Are they available right away and you want them? Or are they available at the deadline to continue to add to your depth and you give your team an opportunity with some of these young guys to go and earn it? So I think right now you have that flexibility, and unless something drops in your lap, you probably use that money wisely at some point, but not right away. You can, what is it called? Accrue cap space.
Yeah, accrue cap space, yeah.
Yeah, so you can do that along the way, and at some point you're going to have a lot to spend at the deadline if you want to go all in on some stuff. So I think the team looks pretty solid right now. They're probably going to give some opportunities, some young guys to push through, and some battles at training camp. And again, you can always watch and nibble around the edges, like the Matthew Joseph signing. He's a guy who can play at the NHL level, but he also, if you put him on waivers and get him down, he's a guy who could be a depth guy to come up. So, I think there's flexibility with the roster kind of everywhere. And now it's about guys coming in and having, legitimate battles at training camp for ice time, because Janmark's coming back too, correct?
Yeah, he'll be healthy. I mean, he should probably factor in somewhere unless they try to move him.
But that's the thing. Like you have now a formula where, the young kid Doc is going to fight for ice time. Szymanski's going to fight for ice time. I mentioned Howard. Those are young guys that are trying to push through. Then you bring in Joseph and you bring Kapanen back. Like, I think it's healthy to have training camp battles for ice time. Keep in mind, when you have a new coach, you have to establish yourself with the new coach. This isn't Chris Knobloch coming back and he kind of knows where he wants to slot guys. Mike Babcock, this is clean slate. And Mike, the one thing I've learned about Mike Babcock, if he likes you, he's going to play you. If he doesn't like you, you do not have a spot on his team, regardless of who you are. I would, outside of the obvious, right? But if you are a bottom 6 guy, maybe a 5, 6, 7 defenseman, you're earning it with Mike Babcock. Same thing with Levi and Tristan Jarry. He knows Freddie Anderson, but the other two have to earn it with him. So it's again, the coach is going to have a lot to say about who he's putting out there because Mike is a big personality. He's a strong personality. Stan's giving him the players to mix it up. Now you got to go and put the best team on the ice.
Noodles, before we let you take off to Italy here, Bones texts in and says, does Noodles get free admission at Commonwealth for saving it from burning down? Like when you come out to an Elks game? Like,
you know, I told that story. I was at a FanDuel event last week, and I told the story. I said, you know, I was in Edmonton, and I said, you guys should be very thankful that you still have a stadium because I saved it when I was, I think, 16 years old. I don't think so. I've tried that a few times when I've walked up and had a few pops in me say, you know, I saved this place. I was at Metallica concert. They didn't fly. They were like, no, you still need a ticket.
You should have your own gate.
Yeah, there should be an entrance.
Should be like there should be a wing, or they can at least name that gritty street right in front of it with the bars across the street, like McLennan Way or something
just
like
right
that.
there, yeah, practice dummy road.
Exactly.
Hey, I got to know when you're going over to Italy, you say you do it all the time. Anytime I go out for dinner with people on the TSN crew, they're always like, man, your palate's just as lame as Jamie's. So is it like a steady diet of pizza and plain pasta over there for you or what?
So as you know, the food is just so amazing there, right? So I have this mantra. So we're going, I think, for 18 days. I eat pizza, pasta, and gelato every day. That's the mantra. But the crazy part is I still work out there every day. I always lose weight there. You eat like you're going to the electric chair every day, and you still lose weight because of there's no preservatives. Yeah. It's just fresh. And yeah, the pizzas, like I'm not an elaborate guy. I just like burrata and, I'll throw a little bit of salami and stuff like that on there, whatever the specialty is. And there's one, I can't say it's cacio de pepe. It's like pepper and cheese. Yeah. That's my favorite pasta right now. It's so, I have that a few times. And there's a place, a little city called Ravello in the Amalfi Coast that we go to all the time. And there's a famous restaurant there, and we become friends with the owner. And so my son always wants to spend his birthday there. So we're there 4 nights, and we will eat at that restaurant all 4 nights, and they just make us different food. It's so amazing.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. All right, buddy. Well, safe travels. Have fun with the family, and we'll chat with you in September.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. And if all hell breaks loose, give me a call. I'll jump on.
Of course. All right, there you go. That's Jamie McLennan, everybody. Joined us on the Firehouse Subs hotline.
Boudreaux's the same. He mentioned Thursday as well. He said,
I texted Filthy Bruce.
He's cool with it.
I texted him on Friday. I said, hey, man, sorry I missed so many Thursday shows when I was traveling for CFL stuff. And yeah, he replied, he goes, anytime you guys want me on. I was like, Bruce, you're the best.
He's borderline begging.
Yeah. Noodles is on the Firehouse Subs hotline with 15 Firehouse Sub locations across Edmonton and the greater area, plus 1 at the airport. Easy to grab a hot and hearty sub close to home. Firehouse Subs, hot, hearty, and made to satisfy. Great stuff there with Noodles. And you could see a split between the pipes, 30-30, 24. I mean, a guy's going to go on a run sometimes. That's what I wonder about. Like, if a guy's hot and you got these 3 bodies, you still run the heater, right?
Yeah, and are they all going to stay healthy?
No.
Exactly.
No. I mean, especially with if you only play Freddie Anderson 30 to 35 games, that might be
their thing. So, like, now they have a combination of 3 goalies where maybe you have 2, given the fact that Jarry has an injury history as well. So, again, you kind of see the season setting up like a baseball game and how you want to deploy these guys in terms of pitchers, right?
Yeah, you could get to a world where you play Levi a little bit more down the like in the like if you're in a good
closer,
spot.
I don't know, like
dial Anderson back a bit before the playoffs, or you just kind of be very careful with Anderson in the middle part of the season and ramp him up right before playoffs.
Got options,
and then he goes on the run there. All right, let's get to your Play Alberta early bird bet of the day. What do we have at the World Cup today? Portugal and Spain. I was wondering about this. Portugal and Spain, like, do those nations hate each other?
They're neighbors.
They're neighbors. Are they
something?
friendly? But it's like there's not gonna be a bunch of fights after, is there? In the Spain-Portugal, or
no,
I feel like they'd probably be friendly neighbors.
I don't think too many people want to get in fights, given the location of these games.
Yeah. Good point.
Spain
is minus 112. Portugal plus 308. The draw is plus 251. USA and Belgium. US plus 146. Belgium plus 179. This is essentially a soccer pick'em here. The draw is plus 238. We got Major League Baseball schedule as well that we can look at. The Blue Jays
for a run here.
They're in the Giants. They take on the Giants today in San Fran. What's the number on Jays to score?
Jays run.
All right, what are you going with, buddy? Trev, you got to play? You're going to put a Blue Jays player prop in here, aren't you? You
Probably.
Kirk hit.
Oh, what you're doing?
You guys are sick.
You're doing Kirk hit?
Pick soccer, man. You're the soccer guy.
You doing?
What are you going with? Somebody make a pick.
I maintain.
I'll do.
You're going Kirk hit.
Kirk RBI plus 150.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
There's
Kirk RBI. Can't believe it's only plus 150. I feel like it should be longer than that.
I'll go Kazuma Okamoto hit.
Okamoto hit. All right, then I guess I will continue to be soccer boy. I will go. What happened to the USA match? It just got taken off the board.
Uh-oh.
Is that something to do with the suspension? What's going on here? It was up 2 seconds ago. Now it's off the board. All right, I'll go Spain to get it done against Portugal, minus 112. All right, so we've got Spain, we've got an Okamoto hit, and we've got a Kirk RBI. Woo! If that Kirk RBI hits, you're the hero of the day, Trev. That's a big one. All right, Chris Strevler scheduled to join us coming up here just after 7:30. Plus, that's good for the Italian Center on the way. 7 o'clock hour is brought to you by GameSense. If you're listening over on 95.7, static free all morning long. We got a couple minutes commercials, quick traffic update. Then you are back with us. If you are listening online, we got a sports update right now. Brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, who absolutely loved England and Mexico last night. Visit them at 983 First Street in Sherwood Park.
Oilers signing a pair of defensemen yesterday. Shakir Mukhamadullin extending on a 2-year deal with an AAV $1.75 million. Spencer Stastny a 1-year extension, carrying with it an AAV of $1.525. Mukhamadullin acquired from the Sharks in the Nurse deal, dressed in 50 games for San Jose last season, recording 5 goals and 7 assists. Stastny, meanwhile, played in 36 games for the Oilers. After being acquired from Nashville, he recorded a goal while in Edmonton. Elsewhere, RFA Pavel Minchikov and the Ducks finalized a 5-year, $36 million deal. Carries with it a cap hit of $7.2 million. Jason Robertson, Cole Perfetti, and Kirby Dach highlighting a list of 15 players that filed for salary arbitration yesterday. Week 5 in the CFL ending with a whimper out in Hamilton as the Blue Bombers get it done over the Ticats 14-13. The story of this one, though, is both Zach Collaros and Bo Levi Mitchell would not finish the game. Collaros suffered an upper body injury early in the second quarter following a sack. Bo Levi Mitchell, meanwhile, would have to be rushed to the hospital early in the third after he got sacked by Jake Seresna and would suffer an injury to his left leg. Week 6 will kick off Thursday here in Edmonton as the Elks look to get back in the win column against the winless Ottawa Redblacks. Edmonton Stingers drop back below 500 last night with a 198 loss to the Winnipeg Sea Bears from the Expo Center. Stingers are back in action Thursday when they visit the Sea Bears. They are 3 games back of Winnipeg for first in the CEBL West. Blue Jays shut out again 4-0 by the Mariners as they drop 2 of 3 from the weekend set in Seattle. Jays haven't scored a run in 24 innings. They look to get things right tonight in San Francisco. First pitch 7:45. Kevin Gausman will get the start. Riverhawks, meanwhile, they avoid the sweep out in Wenatchee yesterday, 12-2 over the division-leading Apple Sox. Riverhawks now 8-2 in their last 10. They're back home to host Nanaimo tomorrow afternoon. First pitch, 1:05. World Cup of Soccer round of 16 play continues today with a pair of matches. Spain face Portugal at 1. USA take on Belgium at 6. Charles Leclerc winning the British Grand Prix, while George Russell and Lewis Hamilton would complete the podium. Next up, the Belgian Grand Prix. That goes July 19th. And over to golf, where Chris Gotterup made up a 5-shot deficit. He closed with a 9-under 62 to take the John Deere Classic for his 4th PGA Tour title in the last 12 months. Sports Update brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki. where he can't believe that he has a wing at Commonwealth Stadium and Jamie McLennan doesn't.
Hi there. If you're like me, you like to picture yourself in luxury, even though there's absolutely no way you could afford it. And if you can, well, even better. Thankfully, I picture myself in something that is luxury, but still absolutely affordable, like the all-new Mazda CX-90 from Park Mazda. With the new luxury features like facial recognition settings and quilted detail Napa leather seating, I can pretend to be comfortable with all of my proper settings activated without even touching a button, thanks to Mitch Lewicki and the great staff at Park Mazda. I like to picture Mitch Lewicki in a tuxedo t-shirt because it says, like, he wants to be formal, but he's also here to party too.
Park Mazda, your dealer for life in Sherwood Park off Y Road, parkmazda.ca.
What say you? Hey, nasty crew. We got the Nielson Show flu. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. What say you? Hey, nasty crew. My wife thinks I got better things to do, but there's nothing I can do about it. We're tuning in on TuneIn, we're listening online. We catch up with the podcast when we fall behind. We're texting in the nasty chat, what's on our mind? 780-218-9999. No more interference from corporate interests. Just Dusty and Eric and all of the bad cats. Like Brzezinski and Noodles, Gadget and Gage it. Go to Play Alberta and make a little wager. We can't wait for the Monday Mandate. Shaggy's always on time, Tommy's always late.
Would you like a cup of tea?
Forget about the old place. Hey, we were number one in the text race. We don't miss all the commercial breaks, but we sure miss Nickelback today. We want to hear some hot takes and we want to hear Renee. Why not hold the neck up when I want our kids away? Be left to tie a fire and remember that name. We love every goal song, but what about what's his name? Macramella, Rapaport, Drager, Engineer. It ain't Christmas season, but they sound like reindeer. Button and my cousin in the tales of the north. I'll run a game in person. Does he go on? What say you? AM Nasty Crew. We got the Nielsen Show flu. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it. And there's nothing we can do about it.
All right, 7:35 on the Nielsen Show. Today and every day brought to you by the fine folks over at Weiss Johnson. Get yourself a new train furnace today. Visit wjsportstock.com for an estimate. We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen Studio. You can text us anytime in the Paris Jewelers inbox. Lots of text messages that we'll continue to get to. There were some good ones that trickled in. We were talking about the e-bug. The e-bug goalie and how Noodles is like, it's so ridiculous. Like, you're going to take somebody out of the crowd at a quarterback and make them quarterback a game when a guy gets hurt?
It's cool when it happens, but come on.
Horse-Eyes texts in. He goes, Rick from Staples coming into the game. That was easy, which is a good Staples joke. That's pretty funny. You know you're firing on all cylinders when you're making stationary store jokes.
Horse-Eyes is in Friday form here on Monday.
He's awesome. We got the Italian Center. That's a good coming up here. And we're going to recap the weekend in the Canadian Football League. Chris Streveler, former CFL quarterback, is going to join us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. And there's lots to discuss. Let's bring in Strev this morning. I want to start. I don't want to ask, too much info here, but I saw you had a date night over the weekend. What's a date night look like in the Streveler household? Dinner and a movie?
You know what, man? I got a little free staycation, did a little content for a hotel. So, hey, come on out to our resort for the weekend. So I said, you know what? Let me put football down. Let's go have a nice dinner. Let's go sit by the pool, have a little nightcap. And so I had to step away for a second, boys.
Jeez, that's pretty impressive.
Not bad.
Yeah, my anniversary's coming up, and I'm really hoping my wife's still sleeping right now. She's like, what's this resort that you're talking about?
Bar's been set. Yeah.
Come on out to Scottsdale, baby. It's a great spot.
All right, Steph, we got to start with the bad news from the game last night. Bo Levi, on just like a nothing tackle, just a regular tackle, goes down, did not look good, gets taken off on an ambulance. You hope that's not how his career ends. I guess that's always a danger, but that sucked last night. There's no other way to say it.
It sucked, man. I mean, especially what he's been through, how everything ended in Calgary with him and with the injuries and going to Hamilton. And then the way he's been playing this year, I mean, I've been kind of standing on the table saying this might be some of the best ball of his career. Last two games coming into last night, I saw a stat that said he had 8 touchdowns and 8 incompletions through the last 2 games. So just terrible to see somebody playing that great, that's been a staple of this league for so long, get injured like that. And I just hope this isn't the last time we see him put on the uniform.
Well, and Ticats fans, too. I mean, talk about a Grey Cup drought and this guy giving them a legit chance to erase that. That's all around.
Well, it's tough too because we saw Zach leave the game on the other side. He stayed on the sideline, looked much better than what we saw from Bo. But you see Elgersma go in, Ford, Dolegala. I mean, for these guys, Trey's played a little bit in the league. Dolegala's been around the league for a little bit. I know Winnipeg does have Drew Brown. But this is not just a league where these guys with no experience can really step in and make a big impact right away. It's not fair to expect that.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think Trey Ford and Dolegala, like they both played. Trey Ford's been a starter, so I think that's a different situation with Elgersma last night. That's his first time stepping in, so you understand some of the play calling and keeping it conservative the way that they did. But I was saying last night on my show that year after year, if you want to make a run in this league, you have to have depth at quarterback. It's such a long season. Guys are going to get injured. And even if it's a couple games here and there, those games add up at the end of the season. So you need depth at quarterback. And we've all been talking about how high level the quarterback play has been this year. But at some point, we're going to need to see the depth on some of these teams that are going to make a run step up. And I think Elgersma did a good job last night. And honestly, I'm excited to see what happens with Hamilton, whether they roll with Trey Ford or Dolegala. I think you go with Trey Ford and just stop doing the weird rotating where you throw Dolegala in on a second and long. Like that just didn't make sense to me. Adapt the game plan to Trey Ford's strengths, let him roll, and that offense is going to look different. But when teams start to stack the box against him, you're probably going to get some one-on-one matchups in the back end with Kenny Lawler and that explosive receiving core. So I still think they can be a really explosive offense with Trey Ford at the helm.
Oh, I think Kenny last night said, I think it was at halftime. What did he say? He said, Danielle asked him about, when Bo throws one up for you. Kenny said it's either a PI or I'm catching it. And he's probably not wrong, really, right?
He's not wrong. I mean, we talked about that when he was in Winnipeg. I'm good buddies with Kenny, and he was just like, if I'm not catching it, that DB sure is not catching it. I'm ripping that ball away. Man, he's got to be the best deep ball guy we got in the league. He goes up and he makes those catches. It's not a 50-50 ball. It's like a 70-30 ball with him.
Starting the week and some positive quarterback news. Everybody who had Vernon Adams Jr. in their fantasy were just licking their chops Thursday. 6 touchdowns, no picks, 405, 20 of 25. A complete performance from him. But we do call him around here kind of the summer boy. He's a quarterback
has great starts, but then he gets banged up. And
something usually happens with him. And I think he's well liked around the league. I mean, most fan bases, he's been around, and everybody kind of wants to see him succeed. What did you like from him Thursday night? 58-36 in that Stampede Bowl.
I mean, I get it. I get the narrative around VA. He starts strong and whatever, but I think the version of VA that we're seeing right now is different than any other year. We've seen him play high-level ball, but the way that he's standing in the pocket and delivering the ball on time and going through his reads, he's not even looking to use his legs. Really, it came up later in the game, finally gets him in man coverage. There's nobody accounting for the quarterback. He steps off and goes, and there goes his legs. But leading up to that, hadn't really been using his legs at all. So I think we're seeing a different version of VA, a more mature version in the pocket that's able to go through his reads, deliver the football on time. And look, I counted as 7 touchdowns. I count that rushing touchdown, man. Yeah. So, I mean, he's electric. I love the way he's playing. And I think, look, with Calgary's defensive line, I think that's one of the best D lines in the game. They've got some great DBs in the back end. Dedrick Mills at running back, VA taking care of the football. That's a very dangerous football team.
Yeah, that defensive line there, when healthy, is phenomenal. I think it's with Hicks and Flo, and then Hutchins, who, when they lost him, when he got a look down south, I was like, oh, man, that's a big loss because that guy takes up a ton of the middle on that defensive line. So, yeah, Calgary's definitely not a team, and they lost 2 really close games to start the year. Yeah. And now they're kind of trending in the right direction. The Edmonton Elks out in Kelowna against BC. BC obviously desperate for a win. Watching the game on Saturday night, you're not really disappointed in Edmonton because they didn't play well. Like, they deserved to lose that game. It's not like they played their top game and Rankin went for 200 yards and they still didn't win. They didn't take care of the football. And I think Cody threw it for over 50. He threw it over 50 times and Rankin ran at 7. And you weren't down 30 trying to catch up. Like, the play calling didn't make a ton of sense for me on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean, they just got away from the run. I mean, at the end of the first half, I don't even know. I think Rankin had like -1 yard or something.
Minus 1 yard, yeah.
Yeah, so he didn't have any. So I think they were just like, all right, BC, you're going to stack the box. Let's throw the ball. And you said it. Cody throws it 51 times, ends up with 395, 3 touchdowns, but the 3 interceptions are big. And the one at the end to Sankey, like I was kind of getting cooked on social media because I had that clip of BC against Sask when they went cover 0, but the mic was hanging out. Sankey was actually covering the number 4 receiver on that play. He just followed Cody's eyes and just ran right over to the bender. The number 4 receiver was there. So I think, just those uncharacteristic turnovers, especially in the red zone, that's not their game. Edmonton's, they're still a good team. You go at home next week against Ottawa, like a great team. That's a real contender. They go and win that game next week. So, BC was desperate for a win. It just kind of felt like a game that BC might win coming in. Like they had to win that game to stay competitive in the West. So I think if you're Edmonton, definitely no need to panic. Just clean it up a little bit, stick with the ground game a little bit longer, and I think you'll be able to control the game and get a win this week.
And probably a tip of the cap too to the Lions defense, which has come under fire, all season long, the Benavides crew there. So I mean, it's one of those things too, where maybe you didn't execute as you wanted from an Elks point of view, but BC, especially on the defensive side, showing up.
Yeah, I mean, BC, like the couple things that we had been talking about that BC needed to do to get back on the right track, they needed to get some takeaways on defense. I think they ended up with 4. They needed to get the run game going. James Butler goes for 135 and 2 touchdowns. So you see what BC can be if they're able to get a couple takeaways, have a little bit of a run game, and then let Nathan Rourke work. Like his stats weren't even great this week, but he didn't have to do that much because they played more complementary football. And so I'm still a believer in BC. I still think BC is going to make a playoff push here down the second, 2/3 of the season. But they just got to continue to play cleaner football, play complementary football with the defense, the run game, and then let Nathan Rourke make special plays like he does.
Chris Trevler with us on the show this morning, joins us on the Firehouse Subs hotline. Just one back to the Elks, and I want to talk about the quarterback situation in Ottawa. You mentioned you're a running team. So, I mean, is it hard to stay committed to what you should be focused on? Can you get sucked away too often? Like how much of your game has to be dictated by you as opposed to what the other team is showing? Like, I just don't know how you don't give Rankin 12 touches in the first half of that football game, every game, or am I simplifying it too much?
Yeah, I know. I totally get it. I mean, and it's easy to look back and say hindsight's 2020. Well, Rankin ends with 19 yards on the ground. We got to hand him the ball. He ended up with 100 yards receiving, so he's still catching the ball. Now, granted, that was some like softer defense type situations. So I get it. You have to feed that guy, but I think if you're Edmonton looking at it from their perspective, you say, hey, we got Cody Fajardo, a guy we have the ultimate trust in. Hey, if you want to stuff the box and focus on Rankin, let's try to push the ball downfield and let's try to throw the football. So I get it. You gotta hand the ball off to your guy who's potential MOP candidate. And I think you learn from this experience and say, hey, all right, well, that didn't go the way we wanted it to. So let's ride him a little bit harder. Even if a team is stuffing the box, let's still continue to stay a little bit more committed to the run. And I think you learn from an early loss like this and just apply that moving forward, especially later in the season. Weather gets bad, weather starts getting cold, like that run game, you got to stick with it a little bit longer.
Ottawa coming to town this week. I did their game on Friday night. They are 0-4, but I'm not going to say they're 0-4 because of Jake Mayer, but they are 0-4. They've got a veteran guy who they just brought back in MBT, who's got a great relationship with the head coach there. But you're also an organization that since Trevor Harris left, you've gone through 13 quarterbacks and you haven't won more than 4 games once in the last, or more than once in the last 7 years. So how patient do you have to be with Jake, or do you expect Dinwiddie to mix it up a little bit?
Yeah, well, first of all, that's a crazy stat. Second of all, you've been doing a great job on the call, so I've enjoyed listening to you. But I think, look, Dinwiddie's got a great relationship with Jake Mayer, too. They were together in Calgary. So I think Dinwiddie probably likes the quarterback room that he's got. They bring him to Cloud. I mean, is Jake Mayer really the issue that we're looking at? Like, I get it's easy to point to the quarterback and say, hey, like, you're not winning, but he was engineering a game-winning drive there at the end. They got stuffed on 3rd and 1.
Yeah.
They were moving the ball. He made some big-time throws to Hardy. Like, I just don't – I get we all want to point at the quarterback, but there's so many other issues. Like, hey, let's get our wedge game dialed in so we can convert 3rd and 1. Hey, like, let's make a tackle when the punt returner's breaking a touch. Like, there's other things that went wrong in that game besides Jake Mayer. Did he play perfect? No, but I don't think we should be looking at him and saying this is the reason this team's 0-4. There's a lot of other issues, and I think you kind of made your bed when you traded Drew Brown, right? Like you got to roll with Jake Mayer now for the foreseeable future, and you got to let them try to get this thing on track. I mean, they almost beat Sask last week, and I think you got to roll with them for a little bit longer, to be honest with you.
Top 5 worst tackle attempt of all time on that return, right?
Because like I said, I missed that game, so I go back to the hotel late at night. I'm watching the highlights. I'm like, I look at my girl. I'm like, you have to see this. This is like the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I don't know what he was. It was great because we saw Dinwiddie's reaction on the sideline. You could see the moment that tackle didn't happen. He was like, I don't know. I mean,
Sexton's coming at him like a train, and he's just kind of standing there. And
I know you're a punter, but you're still a football player first and foremost, I would think. And,
look, I just hope that punter's got a good sense of humor and he can laugh that off, because otherwise that might be tough on the confidence, man.
Strev, we appreciate the time, man. Thanks for the insight, and we'll chat with you next week.
Easy money. We'll talk soon. Thanks, guys.
There you go. That is Chris Strevler joining us on the show today.
Gonna be, that's going to be
God. Well, I mean,
I'd go to the bathroom. Maybe
hopefully he has a sense of humor, but also, I mean, if I'm Dinwiddie, I like, do you cut the guy? Like, how do you not? I don't know what he was doing.
If you're him in that situation,
Gevin's a good punter. Like, as far as punting goes, he's a good punter.
He's not paid to tackle.
Yeah.
But if you're in that situation, and I get he's probably not wanting to kind of put himself in a position to get injured or whatever, and he's not a guy that makes tackles, but at least just curl up in a ball and roll at him. You know what I mean? Like, lay down as a log. At least make him hurdle you. I would not go so far as trying to engage in the contact, but at least make your body an obstacle that he's got to clear.
That is, I got to tell you, just roll up in a ball would have looked better than what he did.
Make yourself an obstacle as opposed to trying to,
like, at least
Sexton
he's
was
trying
down
something.
Sexton had a full head of steam, and it seemed like he wasn't even running over there. It seems like he was just standing there.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, he's coming at me. And so I gotta just fall over. Make him hurdle you. Then at least it would look like you tried, and then the guy made a play in you.
If you have not seen it yet, you have to go. You have to go check it out. Eric's retweeted it this morning.
I mean, I tweeted it out for the call
at Lieutenant_Eric. Well, look, if you have the call. Wait, where is it here? Let me see. You retweeted this morning
at Lieutenant_Eric.
Okay, I don't usually play like my own calls, but I'll tell you, it wasn't my best kick return call, because when he got by him, I was so stunned, I lost all train of thought, and then I was just like, I'll just count down the yards here, because I honestly thought he was just going to be pushed out of bounds. Like, it totally caught me off guard that he took this thing back. You'll hear it in the call. Like, another high kick from Getman. Sexton will take it at the 10. A little bit of a stumble. Good burst on the far side. Now he's got a little bit of room on the sideline. Sexton, one man to beat, and he does! 30, 20, 10, touchdown Riders! That's where the pause came from.
And he does.
Like, one man to beat. And then he did. I was like, oh, God, I didn't expect him to get by him. This is ridiculous. Anyway, good for that Sexton kid. The first game he played.
Oh, that was huge.
And he had a punt return. So, yeah, that was
tiptoed the whole way down the sideline.
Anyway, Strevler was great. He's going to join us every Monday to recap the action in the CFL over the weekend. All right, you can text us anytime, 780-218-9999. If you watch over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us as well. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get into that's a good for the Italian Center. If you're sitting there and you're going, God, I really want the most delicious sandwich ever for lunch today, and maybe it's so big that I could also have it for dinner later on tonight, well, then do we have the sandwich for you? They call it a panino, and it's delicious.
Can we get noodles back on for the segment, eh?
Actually, we should get noodles on once from Italy for this segment.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about? Well, we don't know noodles. We're just checking in, man.
What type of buttered noodle plate did you have today?
It is funny. When I'm out, I'll be like, I'll get the tendies, or I'll get something pretty basic. It was we were at Joey in Ottawa on Thursday night for dinner, and we a bunch of us ordered the blackened chicken, but it came with a potato salad, and I don't really like potato salad. I was like, can I change the potato salad to mashed potatoes, please? And they're like, God, you're just like noodles. He doesn't eat anything that's not basic and plain. Now I did have a little scoop of my friend's potato salad just to try it.
And
it was actually pretty good.
If you were strapped in and you had to eat one of potato salad or pasta salad, you got to pick one.
I have to pick one?
Now, you've tried potato salad. I guess this is first time trying potato salad?
My dad loves potato salad.
It's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So you were a potato salad household.
Yeah, but I never had it.
You never had it, yeah.
I was not into potato salad has mayo, right?
They're all like cream-based, yeah.
I was never a big mayo guy until I really became an adult. So I guess, but I don't like pasta salad either.
Love a good pasta salad, me. Potato salad can go to hell.
And I don't know. I don't know. Timber Woodsman texts in and says, "Hey, Dusty, what accent did you use on that call? I remember hearing it. I just can't remember what it was." Well, it was, I think we had just finished reading a soccer promo and we were waiting for Adebayoye. He tried to get to the end zone and he didn't get there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I said something like,
you did, yeah.
Adebayoye.
Yeah.
I don't know. I dropped like an English soccer accent.
Luke had a giggle.
Oh, yeah. Luke laughed ever so slightly. So yeah, no, it was that was good. Here's what's good. So you walk into the office today here, our office at Edmonton Sports Talk, and you know what you see laying around?
If you can find the room to walk.
Well, that's the thing. You know what you see laying around everywhere? You see the packaged bags for the EST Golf Classic.
The swag bags.
Oh, the swag bags are locked and
tip
loaded.
Of the cap to Matthew Iwanek, who again, if you offer help, he'll say no.
I know.
He has a system.
I asked him last week. Not that I have a ton of time.
No, but
I was like, I know he's not going to say yes.
No, I know.
So I'm gonna put it out there anyways to say like, oh, I offered to help. So yeah, the other day we were sitting around. And I say, Matty, do you need any help with golf tournament stuff? And he goes, nope. But then I come in today and he somehow packed 150 swag bags.
Yeah.
I don't know when he did it. Was he doing it Friday? Like, I don't know when he did it, but they're all packed up. And I would show you what's in them, but he would kill me. Right? That's kind of reserved.
It's looking good though. It's looking good.
It looks good. I'll say if you like storing beverages in certain long containers, you're going to love this swag bag. And there's a bunch of other stuff in there.
Nothing on your head to protect yourself from the sun. Hey, okay.
Is there a hat in there? Are we getting new hats? Oh, I did not know that. I feel like we probably put too much in these swag bags. My goodness.
Dial it back, man.
Should have ran some of that bias. Anyway, yeah, that's good. It's going to be a great week. It's going to be a great month. We've got EST Golf Classic coming up on Wednesday. It's become, it's one of our 4 majors, but it's become I don't know what's the event of the year because the Nasty Bash is a hell of a party, and then the Esties are insane.
Well, I popped into Wayne's last Thursday, and I was talking with Nikki there,
Yes, you did.
We jokingly said we should name it Nikki's instead of Wayne's because, much like yourself, he's...
Oh, because Wayne's always out and about golfing
he's
in the
always doing
summer?
stuff. But she said, Wayne... he can be like an e-bug. She said he's ready to go if you need him.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Okay.
He was a little late getting back into the email.
But this illustrates the point that this is tough to get into, and if you're not into it, there's a lot of FOMO.
Yeah, well, it's a great event.
Hell of an event.
And hopefully the weather holds up for us on Wednesday, and it should be a pretty good time. So we're very much looking forward to the EST Golf Classic. And then I had somebody text today say, hey, I'm coming to the Nasty Bash. If you want to come to the Nasty Bash, you can just show up on Saturday, July 25th. We will be at the St. Albert Rugby Club, probably get started around 6 o'clock, and it's just an old-fashioned hall party. Goes until all hours of the early morning.
Yeah. Try the potato salad.
You can email us, rsvp@edmontonsportstalk.com. If you already know you're coming, you want to lock it in, you say, hey, I'm bringing 3 people or whatever, rsvp@edmontonsportstalk.com. But if you don't RSVP, you can still come. It'll be a
big patio. Yeah.
It'll be a good time. We've always done this on Fridays. This year we're doing it on Saturday. And I think it's going to make the pre-party even better than it has been in the past. Gordo texts in and says, super cool you get to work with Luke. I loved him as a Seahawk. Yes, Luke's been doing good in the booth. He was on the sidelines on Friday Night Football last year, and he's working his way into the booth this year. And he's kind of like he's a big goof as well. Mm-hmm. I know, careful with goof, because in prison, if you say goof, you
not
get
prison
shivved.
terms, yeah. No.
Not in prison terms.
No.
But, and I'm kind of a big goof, not in prison terms either. So it's just kind of a couple of big goofs on Friday Night Football having a good time. Yeah. Anyway, Gordo, thank you for the compliment. That's terrific.
I think the idea of passing it near the goal line also came up during the broadcast.
That was pretty funny. He's like, what did he say? I'm not really a fan of passing it from the 1 yard line. Oh, I don't know. Did something happen in the past?
Explain.
Yeah, that's a bit of a tough one. Jay texts in and says, "Boys, Keiko e Pepe is legit. Noodles lives up to his nom de jour.
Is it Casio e Pepe? I think is what it is. That's a real good pasta. Yeah.
Okay, so what is it?
It's like an
I
oil.
I'll tell you where you can get it.
It's a basic.
You can get it at Italian Center.
It's like an oil and
that's a
a
good.
little bit of cheese and Casio e Pepe. Yeah, it's not too. Yeah, here it is. Pasta, black pepper, pecorino romano, the cheese, and just like an oil rich. Like it's nice. It's like a carbonara without the bacon, I think.
So it's like
Very nice.
as plain as you can get.
Pretty much, yeah. Like
when I heard Noodles say peppers, I thought he meant peppers, and I was like, Noodles, you're having
giant bell
peppers?
peppers? Yeah.
You usually don't have peppers.
Yeah.
What's that about?
Oh, that's a great dish.
Okay, well that sounds nice then.
One of those you could whip up at home, on in your given night.
Well, you go to Italian Center, you get your ingredients
There
for
you go.
the Cacio e Pepe,
Get the pecorino romano,
and that would pecca. That's a type of cheese.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had that cheese. Trev, have you ever had that cheese? What's the cheese again? What'd you call it?
Well, I don't call it, but it's called pecorino romano.
Pecorino romano?
Well, it's like a Parmesan, but it's different. Like it's the shredded. Yeah, you want to.
It's like
looks great.
Brand of
You're not
Parmesan.
eating it; it's in slice. Like you're not off the block. Like you're gonna,
could you if you want?
Well, you could, I guess.
You don't think I'll eat a bite off a block of hard Parmesan cheese?
I think you would.
Anyway, if you ever want to make pasta, the best ingredients you'll find, probably on the planet, are available at Italian Center. All right. We've got 7 o'clock hours been brought to you by GameSense. When gambling, set a budget before you play. Stay informed. Visit GameSenseAB.ca to learn how. Remember, if you gamble, please use your GameSense. We've got kind of easy trivia coming up. You guys didn't blow it on Thursday or Friday?
No, and Dave was actually pretty spicy on Friday. Like he was he was coming to play.
I like spicy JMO.
And he went around the block with the questions. And who was it again that
So it wasn't like a super easy.
No, it wasn't super easy. But the individual, I think, went 5 out of 5.
I think it was Road Dog Trev.
Yeah, that's
Road
the one.
Dog Trev.
Yeah. So we're still going.
All right, so we're at 74 in a row. Looking to make it 75 today. Gift certificate to Mr. Mike's is up for grabs. If you want to play kind of easy trivia. Oh, and a new addition to kind of easy trivia today, too.
Campfire mojitos. And
we're going to get to that coming up. 3 questions too many. If you have any questions for 3 questions too many, feel free to send them over 780-218-9999. Gage is going to join us. We'll talk Oilers goaltending. We'll talk Elks. And we'll talk British Grand Prix. As you said, who won it?
Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, Charles Leclerc got the job done. I don't know what's funnier, to call him Charles Leclerc or say Charles Leclerc.
There's really no right way of doing it, I don't think.
No, if you missed it, Eric's got more with the update. If you are listening on 95.7, couple minutes of commercials, quick traffic update. Don't go anywhere. We got you covered right here. If you are listening on any of our online platforms, Sports Update brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course, plywood.
Windsor, the experts you need to know.
The experts you need to know. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
Oilers signing a pair of defensemen yesterday. Shakira Mukhamadullin extending on a 2-year deal with an AAV 1.75, and Spencer Stastny. It's a 1-year extension for him with an AAV 1.525. Mukhamadullin acquired from the Sharks in the Darnell Nurse deal, dressed in 50 games for San Jose last season, registering 5 goals and 7 assists. Stastny, meanwhile, played in 36 games for the Oilers after being acquired from Nashville, recording 1 goal while in Edmonton. RFA Pavel Mintyukov and the Ducks finalized a 5-year, $36 million deal. Carries with it a cap hit of $7.2 million. Jason Robertson, Cole Perfetti, and Kirby Doc headlining a list of 15 players yesterday that filed for salary arbitration. Week 5 in the CFL ending last night in Hamilton. Bombers getting it done, 14-13 over the Tiger Cats. Both teams losing their starting quarterbacks as Zach Calero suffered an upper body injury earlier in the second quarter following a sack. He would not return. Bo Levi Mitchell, meanwhile, he'd have to be rushed to the hospital early in the third after getting sacked by Jake Ceresna and injuring his left leg. Week 6 will kick off Thursday. The Elks back home looking to get back in the win column when they host the winless Ottawa Redblacks. Stingers dropping a tight one from the Expo Center yesterday, 198 to the Winnipeg Sea Bears. Stingers 3 games back of Winnipeg for first in the West. Those two teams will go at it again Thursday out in Winnipeg. Jays shut out again, 4-0 by the Mariners as they drop 2 of 3 from the weekend set in Seattle. They haven't scored a run in 24 innings. They'll look to right the ship tonight. Road trip continuing in San Francisco. Kevin Gausman gets the call. First pitch, 7:45. Riverhawks avoiding the sweep yesterday, crushing the Wenatchee Apple Sox 12-2. Hawks are 8-2 in their last 10. They're back home to host Nanaimo tomorrow afternoon. First pitch, 1:05. World Cup of Soccer round of 16 action continues later today with a pair of matches. Portugal face Spain at 1, while Belgium take on the USA at 6. Formula One, Charles Leclerc winning the British Grand Prix. George Russell and Lewis Hamilton would complete the podium. Next up, the Belgian Grand Prix. That runs July 19th. And Chris Gotterup made up a 5-shot deficit. He closed 9 under 62, taking the John Deere Classic for his 4th Tour victory in the last 12 months. Sports Update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated, serving Leduc and the surrounding area since 1993. Doors, flooring, baseboards, and of course plywood. Go see the knowledgeable staff at Windsor Plywood Leduc.
That's what people are thinking. After that first day of free agency, time for 5 more rings. Am I right? What say you? 780-218-9999. 780-218-9999. If you watch over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us and sub to the channel. If you haven't already, we are 41 likes away from changing 200. So let's blow through that here as quickly as we can. We got Joaquin Gage coming up. He's going to join us just after 8:30 today. The Nielson Show today and every day, brought to you by the fine folks at Weiss Johnson.
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
You ever have your furnace get struck by lightning somehow? Well, get a new Train furnace right now, 15%. I do like for the summer coming up with different ways furnaces could like very strangely be destroyed.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
You ever have Stone Cold Steve Austin come to your furnace room and give your furnace a sunner?
You ever have Bill Goldberg come by and
send in other ways you could have your furnace ruined?
Wrestling related, actually. I think that'd be a nice
anything
angle.
really works. Vader ever jump on your
Vader?
Get a new Train furnace now. 15% off any additional mechanical system if you do it at the same time. We're talking air conditioner, heat pump, hot water tank, garage heater. 15% off plus no interest for 24 months. Visit wjsportstalk.com today to book an estimate. Yes, send in strange ways your furnace could have been ruined to 780-218-9999.
Vince McMahon ever screw your furnace in Montreal?
You can text us in that Paris Jewelers inbox. One of your text messages will win text of the day. We got kind of easy trivia. We got 3 questions. We got Gager. And we got the wrap coming up. It's all in the 8 o'clock hour, which is brought to you by GD Liquidators, Auctions, and Appraisals. Mention Edmonton Sports Talk. You get 5% off anything new or used. It's that simple. Also, don't miss their monthly online auctions at www.gdliquidators.com. The 5% off is for in-store new or used, not for the online auctions. But you should check out these auctions for sure. Who doesn't love bidding on stuff, right? www.gdliquidators.com. Canadian owned and operated. Make them your first call, 780-447-2787, or visit them at 14510 124th Ave. This text comes in and says, you ever have mankind give your furnace the mandible claw?
This is great.
Yeah.
Any sport, but wrestling, this will be a good... Exciting to see where this kind of takes place. Gold dust shattered the dreams of your hot water tank, Chris the plumber said. Great gold dust drop.
Somebody just texted in and said Max Verstappen's retiring from Formula One.
Oh, is it going to go into...
I don't see that anymore. You messing with us? We're going to have this before Gager joins us?
Doesn't he do the other racing now, too? Like the...
He does a bunch of different stuff. Nolan from St. Albert? There it is. Orca Red Bull Racing. What? Let's see this. Red Bull. Yeah, Red Bull Racing.
It's like a website?
Oh, it's not there. I think you got hacked by a fake account.
Uh-oh.
I don't see anything on their website. I think you got taken for a ride. I don't see it. Anyway.
Well, a developing story, I think.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Do you smell what your hot water tank is cooking? Has the honky tonk man bashed your furnace with his guitar? Oh, here's a good one. Dwayne from Tway. The Red Blacks punter came to my house to drop a shoulder into my furnace, but instead he kind of just passively waved at it. Oh, that's a good one too.
Peter says, Jericho ever put your furnace on the list?
Look, you got to get a furnace, and you got to get it. It's got to be a trained furnace. You got to get it, Weiss Johnson. All right. We got kind of easy trivia. We've hit 74 in a row. We got a kind of easy trivia liner here before we find out who's playing today. And look at this. Remember campfire? We were talking about having a guitar around the campfire?
Uh-huh.
Oh, don't mind if we do. All right. So, listen to this.
Okay.
I've got a guitar, and we can read liners while I strum it.
What were you saying?
There's a loose...
Tighten the strings?
There's a string on it, but that's okay.
Tell with tuning, we need a tightening.
And I'm going to go like this. And we're around a campfire, and we're at Mr. Mike's. Can you play a guitar? You can play it better than me.
I'm rusty at best.
So you're rusty
That
at
thing
best.
needs a good tune, though.
Yeah.
And,
it's
a
pretty
restringing,
rough
I think,
right
too.
now.
But yeah.
But I do feel a little bit like George Strait right now.
As you should, yeah.
Yeah, I
and
do.
finger picking as well. I thought you'd come in with a variety of picks. But
No, I've never used a pick. I
Okay,
only ever go
yeah.
like this with my fingers.
Yeah.
Trev, can you play guitar?
No. That sounds not bad, though. Dusty.
Thanks, man. I've been working on it.
I like your voice.
Do you remember your best summer? Yeah, this one's about to top it. Welcome to Camp Mike's at Mr. Mike's. Mess hall waffles, fried nachos.
Nice.
Campfire mojitos, too.
There you go.
And stories that get better every round at Camp Mike's. Come make it a summer to remember. Camp Mike's, eat locally, enjoy casually.
I like what
That
you
must
did.
have sounded great on the radio. Static free, too.
I like what you did at the end there.
Yeah, you like that? That's called taking it for a walk.
What is that called?
Taking it for a walk.
Okay.
That's what just happened there. All right, who's playing today?
Gordo.
Gordo's going to play today. Needs to get 3 out of 5 correct to take the streak to 75. Gordo, what'd you think of my guitar playing?
I felt like I was right by a campfire.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's
great
exactly
answer.
what we were going for. Nice work, Gordo. All right. You win, man.
Yeah.
All right, Treble start the ticker after read the first question. Good luck. Here we go. True or false? Canada is still alive at the World Cup of Soccer.
False.
Which nation eliminated Canada on Saturday?
Morocco.
Who did the Elks lose to on Saturday?
The Red Blacks.
What position does Nathan Rourke play?
Quarterback.
Name a defenseman the Oilers re-signed over the weekend.
Re-signed. I forget.
You got it. Don't worry. You got 3.
It's lucky he complimented the guitar player.
Oh, man.
Are you kidding me? That's right. Who do you think you are? I am. Get it right.
You can't have a newcomer come in and steal the show.
That's a paddling.
Oh, we've been strong. We're just playing by the rules.
Ooh, you better believe that's a paddling.
And I was in Miami with my new beach house. Well, it was a couple minutes from the beach.
That's a paddling.
The first year, we took it to the limit. Take it to the limit.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
You cannot come to my house. No, not today.
That was a little too close for comfort there.
They don't ask how many.
Oh, sure.
They just ask how.
I should write a guitar song about it.
Yeah. Somebody's suggesting you can do a duet with Latif. His vocals matching your
his
great
vocals,
guitar playing, I think, that's a match made in heaven.
It would probably sound a little something like this.
Yeah.
Probably something like this. Oh, I'm a thief. And Dusty's playing the guitar.
Do.
Do you lose? So go home.
Jerry S. Jackson.
We won't do that guitar thing very often.
Oh, Nasty Bash, maybe. Yeah.
You know what? I would like to play guitar for people. Maybe I do a good guitar performance at the Estes in September.
Maybe you could busk outside.
Trev's going to sing Let It Go from Frozen at the Estes.
You need to let that go. I will not be singing Let It Go.
Maybe you will.
Well, if you play the guitar, then maybe. Maybe you will. What do you mean? No.
Jeff texts Taco Jeff says, have you ever had Dusty come over and he busts a guitar and your furnace commits suicide?
Yeah. That may be
the furnace is just like, I'm done. I can't handle this anymore.
This text unsigned. Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call Weiss Johnson.
Oh, you didn't know? Your ass better call Weiss Johnson. That's a good one too. The Gord father texted in and says, Gord are out there losing a bunch of street cred for the Gord crowds with that performance. Tough day to be a Gord.
Yeah.
It's true.
Surprised he got the Rourke one. When he answered I was like, ooh, here we go, CFL.
By the way, Jeff follows it up and says, for the record, I do love the guitar. Nice. It's good to know. I mean, as far as I can write lyrics, I said to Trev, I'm more of a lyricist than the musician.
Yeah, you're the Lyle Lovett of...
Yeah. Okay, top 3 instruments you can play in order. Go.
Top 3 instruments
you're kind of musically inclined, aren't you?
Yeah. If I played the guitar, I could probably... I could. There's a few things I think I remember off the top of my head. There's the sit-down drum. Where you,
you sit on it.
Yeah, we did that at Boy's house quite a bit.
Yeah. Sit-down drum's cool.
I can't really keep a beat. I don't mind.
And you obviously have the voice of an angel.
I can use the mic a bit if I have to. I did get one of those. I bought it one year and I was trying to learn how to play it, but it was like the mouth pick. Buffy St. Marie did it on Sesame Street the one time. You know the thing you bite and you...
Yeah, that would be neat.
Yeah, but it hurts your teeth. Because you're vibrating off your teeth. I still have it somewhere. I should pick that up again. I don't mind the harmonica. You can get a good tune off the harmonica. It's always fun to get a keyboard going. I don't know piano. Have you ever...
No, I don't tickle the ivories.
Nobody's done piano here? That's something that it'd be nice to have learned that because then you can show up at a bar or whatever. Those.
My sisters can both play piano.
Well, you can just walk up to it and start going, and everybody
play Billy Joel's Piano Man.
You can work a room with that.
Yeah.
So,
Trev, 3 instruments that you can play in order.
For time spent, I'll go with that. Harmonica would be 3.
Oh, so you are a little harmonica boy.
Yeah, a few hours on that probably growing up. 2 would be the accordion. I tried that for about 2 months.
Yes. My mom plays accordion.
Yeah.
And so do a lot of older people.
Yeah, my stepdad, Frank, he's just unreal on the accordion.
Really?
And I was just mesmerized by that.
So if I got you an accordion in here, you could play the accordion a little bit?
Oh, man, I quit because I sucked. I wanted to be the best, overnight. And
I think it's harder than the bagpipes.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I would say.
Like you have to,
The accordion?
the amount
Yeah.
of things, like with most instruments.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. So the chicken dance song, I got like halfway through, and then
The chicken dance?
Yeah.
You could do that part of that on accordion?
Yeah, and
That's
then my grandma, growing up with them, she had a piano, and I spent the most of my time.
No,
on a
so you
piano.
could play a song at piano right now, probably.
No, not at all. It was like I would spend hours on it and just nothing. It would never stick. So
I would have to say there's probably only two actually, boys.
The spoons.
Nope. Recorder. I could play Hot Cross Buns on the recorder. Remember that?
Forgot about that one.
And then obviously trombone.
Well, you were in band. Yeah, I played alto sax.
I was a big trombone.
Yeah.
You played alto sax?
Alto sax. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so you were cooler
I think
than
I
me.
could still read sheet music if I had to.
Yeah. Trombone was my go-to. We only had 4 trombones, and I was listed as the 3rd trombone, so I wasn't even the best trombone, but I wasn't the worst trombone either.
Yeah. We had to suck those reeds, get them nice and wet.
Yeah, that's right. We didn't have reeds.
No.
It was a different type of instrument.
But you'd take the top off and you can give it a little.
Yeah, it was
Like,
gross.
yeah.
There's the spit thing.
valve.
The spit valve is just disgusting. Anyway, let's get into 3 questions too many for the great staff at Park Mazda. Do you have a liner for the segment, Rick?
3 questions too many, brought to you by the great staff at Park Mazda and dealer principal Mitch Lewicki, where he welcomes in his employees every morning playing the flute. Park Mazda, your dealer.
That makes sense.
He flutes them in. Some people pipe people in. He flutes them in.
No, that's imagine playing an instrument that's sideways. That can't be easy, man.
Can't imagine.
Flutists have always impressed
When
me.
you gotta, their mouths always look. You're not touching it.
You want to be funny? You take a picture of a bunch of people playing the flute, but Photoshop the flute out. There's just a bunch of people making a funny face. All right, question number 1. If center is the Oilers' best position, what would you guys say is their second best position? Defense, goalies, right wing, or left wing? Play along at home. This is a play along at home question. 780-218-9999, or play along in your way to work, or play along with whatever you're doing. And if you're watching on YouTube today, would love to know your thoughts on this.
First power play unit.
No, you can't say power play unit. Got to go position. Goaltending, defense, left wing or right wing. We know center's deep, right? You got McDavid, you got Draisaitl, you got Dickinson, you got whoever. What's the next best position on this team?
Right side defense?
Or are you going to break it down within the blue line in general?
Could I go? I mean, on any given night, you could make an argument for certain.
780.
Right wing.
You're right wing. So we would go Hyman, Savoy, Kapanen, Frederick. That's their second best position. If it was left wing, you'd be looking at like Nuge, Podkolzin, Howard. Blue lines, Ekholm, Bush, Wallman, Murphy, Shea, Mugmadulin, or Emberson. And then you've got the goaltending situation. Trev, what would you say? Outside of center, what's the next strongest position on the Oilers?
Yeah, like I'd say it's a toss-up. Like you could argue it's defense. You could argue it's right wing. I don't think there's really much of an argument for left wing. But then goaltending is kind of, I don't really know. Like, can Freddie Anderson come in here and steal the show? Maybe. I think my original answer was going to be right wing as well, though. Like, 50-goal scorer in Hyman. You got Matt Savoy. He's going to be like 50, 60 points maybe one day.
Ooh.
One day. Yeah.
One day maybe, yeah.
I think for sure one day. And then Kapanen, I'll go right wing.
I think I might say the blue line.
Yeah.
I think I might say the blue line. It really depends on, if you're pro Wallman, you probably are like, oh yeah, the blue line's definitely their next biggest strength. But
the defense with who they have, for sure, it should be. But can they just put it together? I don't know.
Fun question. 780-218-9999. Bronco Nick says right wing.
Jamming 33 says video review coach.
Video review coach.
That's not bad.
Bob Loblaw over on YouTube says, I guess the D-men now? Ouch. He goes, this is going back to getting stumped on who's our number 2 D-man. We just may overrate our home team. Well, let's see how it plays out. But Rob from LA says right defense. If you break down left wing, then you can say right D. So he's going to say Bush, Murphy, Emberson.
Yeah, I'd take the right.
Would you have that ahead of the right wing? Hyman, Savoy?
No. It'd be my third, I guess.
Well, we'll see how this plays out. Sounds like a question for the oil stream today from 12 until 1. Yeah.
But when you are answering with, I guess, it does kind of speak to where,
No, but in general, I think most people are really excited about the roster.
No, I know.
And I think
but when you break it down to these questions, it's funny this morning when you broke it down to these questions, people are like, well, I guess if I have to. And it's funny when you answer like that. You know what I mean? It's just
like if you break down the individual parts of the team, it seems that people are a little bit more hesitant than the overall bigger picture.
Right.
But the overall bigger picture includes coaching, and a lot of people are very excited about the coaching, which would make the individual parts come together as one unit. And that's probably what they're I think that's probably what they're thinking about. Faux Farm Boy texting us says defense. Have you guys been pouring already this morning? No, we've not had a thing to drink. But if you look at the defense compared to the right wing or left wing, I mean, you've got Evan Bouchard, who had a absolutely stellar season for most of last year. You've got Ekholm. It's been debatable today if he's your number 2 defenseman or not. Then you've got Shea, who people are excited about at the number that he's coming in on.
We're not saying it's the best in the league.
People were happy that Connor Murphy.
No.
Yeah, I'll be interested.
The question was for this team,
You know what? I will be interested to see. Because wasn't it last year? Who ranked the Oilers as a top 5 blue line last year? The Athletic? I think it was the Athletic. Somebody had the Athletic. And then some people took that for that's it. They got a top 5 blue line. But where does this blue line rank then? Because it's not that much different. Nurse is gone, Shea's in. Mook Madulin, whatever. I mean, he's a 6'7" guy. So, I don't know. Are they going to be ranked as a top 5 blue line again? We've got 2.5 months to discuss this, and I can't wait.
Strap in.
Question number 2. Do you guys think the Elks' offensive issues are more on Fajardo or Max Simic?
Well, I think BC has shown, and I think we knew this going into the week, that if you stop Rankin, I mean, you make Cody Fajardo beat you. We know that he's a vibe. We know that players, we know all that good stuff as well. But in term, I don't think he's there's the odd game that he could win it with his feet as well and do some heroics and some miraculous stuff. But anytime you're having him pass 51 attempts in a game.
I'm not sure how many times in Cody's career he's thrown for more than 51 attempts.
You probably got them where you want them. So, what was the question again?
Who's more to blame for the offensive issues?
Well, then I would say going away from the running game, because again, they weren't down. Even in the CFL, you got to be down by quite a bit, I would say, to abandon.
You got to be down by 25 to abandon the run.
Absolutely. And not just abandoning a run that's the best in the league with one of, if not the best running back in the league. So, I don't know. I mean,
7
the amount of
carries
touches
for 19 yards.
Yeah, that's just not.
Now he had 10 catches for 100.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get him involved in other areas, which I'll give them full marks for that.
Yeah, he's good catching it out of the backfield as well. But I mean, I don't think you'll see those numbers as much this year. Hopefully not. From Rankin's point of view,
I would say now Rankin's got to look after the football too.
Yeah,
that's a different conversation.
That's
a different conversation. But if your play calling leads to 7 rush attempts for Justin Rankin and 51 passing attempts for Cody Fajardo, that's more on your OC than it is on your quarterback.
Now again, targeted 13, so maybe they were looking, maybe they had something on BC that they were thinking, well, instead of running it and we're going to dink it and dunk it to him out of the bat, that type of thing. I mean, he is a dual threat guy in that term, but
that 100 yards receiving goes a long way towards his 1,000 season.
Yeah.
Cody threw 3 interceptions as well. I mean, you probably hang a lot of that on him more so than the play calling. Nathan Rourke was 27 of 36 for 320, a touchdown and 2 interceptions as well.
Yeah.
They kind of got gashed right up the middle by
James Butler got going.
Yeah. Well, and I know what do you always say about injuries? Don't use them as an excuse, but it's a reason. They were missing their starting middle linebacker and their backup who would start for him.
And that's the thing.
Can't be a coincidence that Butler ran for 135 yards.
Before. Yeah.
Right? You don't have Nick Anderson, then you don't have Mogensen, and then all of a sudden you got to throw a guy who was he's a first-round pick, 4th overall.
But
he hadn't started a game yet.
You saw what Mogensen did, too, coming in relief. I mean, you want your first-tier relief guys. That's, that's sometimes seen as an opportunity for some of these guys, but in this case, it's a little too far down the depth chart.
All right, 780-218-9999, 780-218-9999. If you have a third question, please fire it over. Georgia Satellite says, here's a question for you guys. Do you know of any fantasy team that started VA and is almost 50 burger and lost this week? I'll hang up and listen. That was me. I started Vernon Adams Jr. and lost.
Is that a shot at you then?
Yeah, it's a shot. It's a shot at me. But I'm okay with it. That's why we can do now, because everybody can play CFL Fantasy, so you can take CFL Fantasy shots at each other. And yes, I did start Vernon Adams Jr., and yes, he did pretty much get 50 points. And yes, I still lost my match.
So where was your, okay, I'm seeing this now. You had 48.4 in your league. You had Metal.
Metal had been awesome.
And Common.
And Common had been awesome, and they did nothing.
Yeah. Stamps D got a point.
Brady was meh.
Yeah.
Rankin still had almost 20 points because of the 10 catches for 100 yards.
The Blanco played good for you.
Yeah, we are the only
How much did you get?
CFL fantasy league in the country that has individual defensive players.
You lost by 9.
Yeah, I know. It was close. And wasn't I going up against a guy who had Bo and Rourke? Or was that not?
Yeah, Bo and Rourke. I mean, Bo still put up 13.
Yeah.
Keyshawn Johnson, Justin Hardy, Diedrich Mills, Riders Lawther. But whatever.
Look, as the saying goes in sports, not going to win them all. All right, and that's what ended up happening to me.
To the Elks as well.
10-Dash texts in and says, guys, there's a couple people in F1 media tweeting about some big news coming. So people are guessing that Max is going to use an exit clause to in his contract to leave Red Bull. Well, because there were some talks about him maybe going to McLaren.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing we have a Formula One insider coming up later.
Well, we're going to get to it with Gager, but to me, Max would only want to hop to whoever's great right now, right? And the two that are great right now, Mercedes is terrific, and Ferrari's the second best. McLaren was awesome last year, but they've fallen off. Does that seem like something Max Verstappen would do, to go to the team that's third best?
Well, doesn't he like doing that Formula E or whatever it is? Like, does he?
It does all types of racing
so, I mean,
and gaming.
The world
stuff,
is his oyster, right? Like,
well, we'll see. We'll get to that with Joaquin Gage. Gager's going to join us coming up just after 8:30 this morning. We got the wrap for William Huff still to come as well. If you're listening on 95.7, don't go anywhere. A couple minutes commercials, quick traffic update, then you're back with us. If you're watching over on YouTube today, hammer the thumbs up for us. Sub to the channel if you haven't already. Let's blow through 200 here as Rick hits his sports update this morning. We're 16 away from changing 200.
15.
15 away.
I forgot to get that.
Oh, well, there we go. We're 15 away. Gager's going to join us coming up next. We'll get his thoughts on the Elks. We'll get his thoughts on the Oilers goaltending situation. And we will get his thoughts on the British Grand Prix. Ferrari cost themselves a spot, but still managed to go double podium. So we'll get into all of that with Joaquin Gage coming up. Here's the update.
Oilers signing a pair of defensemen yesterday. Shakira Mukhamadullin extending on a 2-year deal with an AAV $1.75 million, while Spencer Stastny inking a 1-year extension in AAV of $1.525. Jason Robertson, Cole Perfetti, and Kirby Doc highlighting a list of 15 players yesterday that filed for salary arbitration, while RFA Pavel Mintyukov and the Ducks finalized a 5-year deal worth $36 million. Week 5 in the CFL ending last night from Hamilton. The Blue Bombers escaping with a 14-13 victory over the Ticats. Both teams, though, losing their starting quarterbacks. Zach Calero suffered an upper body injury earlier in the second quarter. He would not return. And Bo Levi Mitchell would be rushed to hospital early in the third after getting sacked by Jake Serezna. He would suffer an injury to his left leg. Week 6 will kick off Thursday. Elks back home, looking to get back in the win column when they welcome in the winless Ottawa Redblacks. CEBL action yesterday. The Stingers dropping a tight one at home, 198 to the Winnipeg Sea Bears. Stingers 3 games back of Winnipeg for first in the West. Those two teams will go at it again Thursday night out in Winnipeg. Jays shut out again by the Mariners 4-0 yesterday. They dropped 2 of 3 from the weekend set in Seattle. Their road trip continues tonight, kicking off a series in San Francisco against the Giants. Kevin Gausman gets the start. First pitch, 7:45. Riverhawks avoiding the sweep. They hammer the Wenatchee Apple Sox 12-2 on the road. Hawks now 8-2 in their last 10, 5.5 games back of first place. They're back home to host Nanaimo tomorrow afternoon. First pitch, 1:05. World Cup of Soccer round of 16 action continues today with a pair of matches. Spain battle Portugal at 1. Later on at 6, it's Belgium taking on the USA. Charles Leclerc winning the British Grand Prix. George Russell and Lewis Hamilton would complete the podium. Next up for the Formula One schedule is the Belgian Grand Prix, July 19th. And Chris Gotterup made up a 5-shot deficit, closing with a 9-under-62 to take the John Deere Classic. It's his 4th PGA Tour title in the last 12 months. Joaquin Gage joins the show next as Hour 3 continues here on Edmonton Sports Talk.
I can remember back being an 11-year-old kid, about 75 pounds on the basketball court against the neighborhood bully, kicking his behind left, right, and center.
I call you when I need you, my heart's on fire.
When it was all said and done, he was a little upset, so he punched me in the mouth.
You come to me, wild and wild.
My uncles were over on the side, observing, talking amongst themselves, adult things.
When you come to me,
when he punched me in my mouth, I decided I'm running to my uncle. And you know what he did? He pushed me back to him. I went back and he punched me in my mouth again. I ran to my uncle, looking for protection. Needed Big Brother to protect me. He pushed me back again. And you know what I did? I faced him in the eyes and I said, my uncle's not going to help me. And I punched him in the face. Then I looked him in the eye and I said, then what? Now what? Now what? Now what are you going to do?
you're simply the best. Better than all the rest. Better than anyone.
Anyone I ever met. Cave Street Pub-Up song as performed by Whale and the Wolf. I wonder if they need another guitar player now.
Oh, yeah. You could do like rhythm.
We're coming at you from the Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen studio this morning. Dustin Nielson, Lieutenant Eric, YouTube, Trev with you. If you're listening on 95.7 Cruise FM, please tell your friends that the Nielsen Show is back on the radio and better than ever. And if you're watching or listening on any of our online platforms, please tell your friends how easy it is to stream the station all day long. We have the Hangout coming up from 9 to 11, Lock Shop from 11 till noon, Oil Stream from 12 until 1, EST Afternoons from 1 until 3, and the Reed Wilkins Show today from 3 until 6. All right, lots to get to. We go back to the Firehouse Subs hotline with Joaquin Gage. Gage's music.
DRS, DRS, drop that wing and try your best. Get up close, you've got to press, must be within 1 second or less. Show that speed, please don't swerve. Hey, look out, here comes a curve. Hit the button, be ambitious. Goodbye, Mikey, too judicious. Around the world, they will prance. Red Bull Ring to Paris, France. And you never want to finish second best. Push on and refuse to lose, drop the wing and then use DRS, DRS, DRS.
Follow up that DRS song with this text from Bruins fan Chris. It says, ever since F1 went electric, it's a waste of time. Lamest thing ever. All right, let's bring in Joaquin Gage. Gage, your thoughts on the criticism of the electric F1 car?
Yeah. There's a lot of criticism. A lot of people kind of left F1 that like the true purists, they find it's just it's Mario Kart. But saying that, you watch the race, they can follow a lot closer. The development of the cars is good. You do get a little bit tired of they've made some adjustments with where to deploy, so it's made it a little bit better in my mind. But they are going away from it. And look, they tried to improve the racing with this new setup, but yeah, it's a little bit more like Formula E. I'm still enjoying it. There's some fun racing to watch. It's got its hooks deep in.
I thought the racing was good yesterday. I mean, outside the fact that they didn't race at the end, but I thought the racing itself was good when it was who was it? Max, George, and Lewis buzzing around there. That was a good little stretch.
And just the battles back and forth, and there is a lot of strategy of your, like when Lewis was following Max and seeing where he could deploy to get past him and things like off the start. It was great to see Ferrari jump ahead. Unfortunate for Kimi. This is two races in a row where reliability issues has plagued his races. So, and it's opened the door for George a little bit to get back in the fight. So, yeah, it's the points when you look at the driver's standings, it's really quite close. And we saw what happened last year with Max being able to cut into their lead. This is going to come down to the wire again, I think.
What are you hearing from your people on the scene in regards to Max Verstappen? I know we had a few listeners and viewers chime in today. And was it the Lego race that has finally put him over the edge here? Is that it got so frustrating for him to race in a Lego car that he said, this is enough?
I think he enjoyed the Lego car more than his actual car, to tell you the truth. Look, Max made some valid points where it's 2 races in a row that the back wing, because now they have that active arrow, right? So basically the old DRS. So it's opened up. As soon as you get into the high-speed corners, it obviously closes and gives you that downforce. Now, this is 2 races in a row where I believe Max was complaining about the fact that his back wing wasn't closing properly. So, he's going into a corner just flying because he's trying to stay ahead at that point. And he doesn't have the proper downforce to hit that turn, and it does become, he had mentioned it does become dangerous at that point. So you all of a sudden, you have a family and a young one at home, and your car's not performing properly. There's a lot more at stake, and not that affects Max too much, but I'm sure that he is worried about this car, not only of its performance and top speed, but also the safety of the whole thing, especially with his type of driving style.
Where does he go? Where does he end up, do you think? Is it McLaren, and who's out?
That's a good question. I mean, Lando's their golden boy, right? And they seem to favor Lando a little bit more, but Oscar's, he's kind of a pit bull too. Not a great season, but that car's not where it should be. So if you were to ask me, I think it would be Piastri that would be out if Max did decide to go to McLaren and have him and Lando. I don't think Lando would like that. I think Piastri wouldn't care because he's raced Max quite aggressively, whereas Lando, I think Max has a little bit of mind control over Lando because he knows that Lando will back out when they're both going wheel to wheel into a corner.
Well, that'll make things interesting. I got to get your thoughts on Ferrari yesterday. They pit Lewis under the safety car, and he goes in second, comes out in third. They're thinking that, I guess, the race will probably get opened back up again, and then he'll be on the softs, and he'll take back that second spot from Russell anyway. But it doesn't get opened back up, and they just finish in third. So, like, horrible strategy, or just unfortunate that the race didn't give us at least a lap or two at the end?
Well, first, I do believe that the race, like the stewards can stop the race completely and they can start again, right? So I don't see why they just don't do that, right?
Just red flag it and start with 2 laps to go type of thing. Yeah.
Bring everyone in, put them in and have a fresh start again. Then everyone can put on, new softs and have it kind of equal, yes, but it'll give you one true lap of racing, right? The fact that, look, when I saw the crash, I was like, oh, Lewis, you got to get in, because George was on newer medium tires, I think, and he might have gobbled up Lewis. So actually, Dusty, the strategy of bringing Lewis in, although he lost the place, he was able to put those softs on, and if there was
he would have got him for sure, right? He would have passed.
I think he would have, just because of the tire deg that George had at that point. So the overall strategy, I think that Ferrari nailed it. Now, I don't know how you don't have at least one lap of racing when you could have. I think, right? Like, the car was completely off the track, but they decided it wasn't. This is where you just stop the race. Like, I think it was over 500,000 people went to Silverstone to watch this race. And And just to have it end on for Charles Leclerc, I mean, he could care less. But and for Ferrari fans, it's enjoyable. But I was just hoping for that one more lap shootout to see what could happen there, because that would have been one of the most exciting one laps of the season, I think. So, yeah, kind of anticlimactic. I did reference Max to being a little bit of a Latifi on this one, but no fault of his own. It was the car. That was just a joke. But yeah, it left me a little bit upset. Well, really upset with the Stewarts. I was I had to sulk for a few hours until the football came on, and then I enjoyed that.
We had Noodles on this morning talking some Oilers goaltending, and somebody texted in at the time. They said, "Boys, think about it. The Oilers haven't been able to find one goalie for a little while. So why not try 3?
Yeah.
And Gager, do you like that strategy of just like, if you don't have one, you might as well have 3 and see how it works out?
Hey, sign me and try 4. Who cares, right? No, I think it's Noodles. He laid out some good points, right? It's a longer season. The age of Freddie Anderson, it really appeals to me. Like he can come in and say, hey, I just need this. You break it down in segments. It's true that when the conversations with the goalie coach, and maybe they have a plan, but who knows what Babcock's going to do, right? He'll probably tell someone he's playing 5 minutes before and change his mind. So you can kind of throw that out the window. But I mean, how many games do you want Freddie Anderson to play throughout the season? How many games do you think Tristan Jarry is optimal, right? I think if you can get Devin Levi in there and push the other guys, that continual, it sucks. I would hate it. Don't get me wrong. But to have 3 guys battle for the net throughout the whole season, yeah, why not have a bit of a Hunger Games in goal and see who ends up on top come playoff time?
They do kind of all combine to be one in the end.
Yeah.
Like a Transformer.
Playoff time. It's like Transformers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not bad. Gager, would you aim for like a 30-30-24 split? And then you just sort of, if one guy gets hot, you ride him for a week or something? Or
I think so. It'll be, there's 2 more games, but now there'll be a little bit more spacing without the Olympics, right? So there'll be a lot more time to work on things. And I was talking to I don't know, I think it was Hernan about this off the air, because the problem with 2 goalie or 3 goalies, usually you practice and you just don't get the reps, right? But goalie coaches do a lot more work, so you can work on the stuff that you need to, probably more so like before practice. You get out there with a few shooters, and so you can get the stuff you want done without the whole team out there beforehand, and that's probably what will happen for the most part, or after practice. But yeah, it'll be fascinating to see what how they implement these goalies, who gets hot. You hope that, if you got 2 cold goalies, you can always go to a 3rd guy, which is I think advantageous to a team that's kind of shown that their defensive structure hasn't been great. Now we'll see if it changes this year, but only time will tell.
Gager, as always, man, great stuff. We love you.
Hey, if you want, if you wanted cacio de pepe, you've never tried that?
Oh, no. Are you going to make some cacio de pepe?
If you want to try it, Dusty, I probably could whip something up.
Sounds like it would be right up my alley, right, Gager?
It's peppery, I believe. I've never made it before, but I could try.
Are we talking like black pepper or peppers?
No, black. Just
that's okay. I like
shaker.
Black
Not too much black pepper.
I don't mind sneezing every once in a while.
Okay. Well, let me.
Is that something
Dusty,
you can make in the office here?
I probably could. I could later on today. I could pepper you up.
I was just gonna say, pepper me up. Let's do it. All right, Gager. Well, I look forward to that. We'll see you later, buddy.
Okay. All right, buddy.
There you go. He's gonna make what? Cacio de pepe.
That's the one. Pecorino Romano.
And with the Pecorino Romano cheese. Jason Leduc texts in and says, the F1 electric era. I found there are 2 types of motorsports fans, race fans and speed fans. For decades, F1 has been the pinnacle of speed and performance, and race fans would complain about a boring parade. Now the racing is good and the speed fans are turned off. I, for one, am a fan of racing. I could watch go-karts go around if it's a good race. I'm entertained. This season has been enthralling, entertaining, and completely strategic.
Attaboy, Jason.
I have not lost interest in it because of the car this year. Like I'm watching just as much as I was the last little while, I think. Slammin' Salmon texts in. Says, geez, the Ticats backups in the second half went 3 for 12, passing for 12 yards and a pick. Losing Bo, a kick in the nards for the league. Bombers look like geniuses now for grabbing Drew Brown, though. I tuned in the Ticats radio broadcast for the first time. That Sims guy is an awesome listen. I love Salmon Slammin' seeking out CFL broadcasts online.
You know, like it sucks for, I get it, the league and a Ticats fan, though.
Oh, you're
devastated. You've had such a drought. And Bo Levi coming to the team has given you such hope that you're finally going to get this thing over the line. The season he had all that. And now, and again, as he mentions, I mean, we know Trey Ford, Jake Dolagala. They threw
it already looked last night.
Like at least
like Milanovic is done with Trey Ford.
Yeah, and at least with the Bombers, you could say, well, okay, Elgersma maybe needs a little more, pepper.
Yeah, pepper.
I mean, you went out and got Drew Brown, and we'll see. Caleros wasn't getting rushed to a hospital, so we'll see what it is there. So there's still some question marks there. But for the Tiger Cats and their fans, like it's one of those things again where you're feeling sick to your stomach, in a sense, for that whole situation. And I think Bo, courtesy, what was it, 3 Down Nation? Where is it here? I want to get to a quote. Bo Levi Mitchell vows to return for Hamilton Tiger Cats, quote, ASAP.
Well, obviously.
Well, I know, but...
No, but ASAP as soon as possible, but as soon as possible might be a year with that foot or whatever it was.
Might not be at all.
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, but that's not much of a quote.
Yeah, but if he's speaking like
return
this...
as soon as possible.
I know.
Of course he is.
Well, who knows if he returns again? Well, that's the question.
Well, I was watching that game.
If he's coming out saying this, and I know he's a positive guy, he's giving the thumbs up and everything, but maybe it's not as...
If you are not aware of what happened last night, Bo Levi Mitchell got tackled and totally messed up his leg, had to be taken off the field in a stretcher in an ambulance. And then so we're watching that game, and they had Trey Ford in, then they had Dolagala in.
They put in Dolagala like ice cold, and he threw that one, and it was almost a pick six.
Yeah, but then they took Dolagala out. I didn't see they put Trey Ford back in. And Trey Ford throws an interception, and I hadn't seen that they made the switch. I said, "Oh, Dolagala," and then they showed it. It was a horrible throw by Trey. Kenny was going the other way. It was not good. So I don't know what they do at the quarterback position.
Ford had 1 run for 1 yard. He was 3 of 7 for 12 and a pick. Dolagala 0 for 2 through the air, 5 yards on 2 carries.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they do, but I feel bad for Ticats fans. I mean, they are desperately wanting to get their hands on that great
from a league point of view, it's
their
one thing,
best
but
chance is just
of all
gone.
the markets,
just gone. All right, let's get into the wrap for William Huff. If you want your place to look as good as ours, both on our side of the studio and on Trev's side of the studio, you get it done at William Huff. They've been doing it since 1952 because they're the best in the biz. You know what? Actually, it kind of made me sad. My family was out of town July 1st. And the last few years, we'd gone to the Riverhawks game on July 1st.
Yeah.
And we'd sat with
Rip City
Bruce and his family in their little box there. And we watched the fireworks. This year, my family was in Cranbrook. And I was just sitting at home sad, like that gif of the guy who's outside the window in the rain.
Listening to the game on Edmonton Sports Talk.
Of course. But
Rip City Steps takes his whole neighborhood block for Canada Day.
No.
They all go.
What?
Yeah, it's quite a thing.
So that's a great neighborhood thing.
I know, yeah.
I don't do anything. Do you do anything with your neighbors specifically?
I nod and try to say hi, to which they don't reply, but that's about it. I mean, I go for beers with Chris out back, but to take a whole block, like that's reminiscent of like having a block party like you do back in the day. Shut down like a city street and people would bring foods.
We've had one block party since we lived in our house. We've been there for 11 years.
Is that the one where you brought the watermelon or whatever? Was that that was
a different one. This one was just like they had like a band was playing on one of the driveways, and the whole like we have a cul-de-sac that's branched off of another cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
So it was like 2 cul-de-sacs merging together for this one kind of fun
built party.
I think it was right after the pandemic when we were first starting to trickle out of the house
that
again.
Makes sense,
That does. Anyway, WilliamHuff.com.
Potato salads and pasta salads.
Missed your family there, Bruce. It would have been a good time. All right, what did we learn on the show today, boys?
We were talking about mosquitoes. I'll say this, and I learned it over the weekend, but a little piece of advice to everybody here and ahead of the golf tournament as well. So my wife was out. She wanted to do some gardening. She went to pick up. You can't get bug spray anymore because
that's why I bought 4 of them one time.
You're hoarding it.
This was toilet paper during the pandemic.
But so she went online, and there's this hack now, and she picked up a bottle of Jergens cherry almond lotion, just like for your hands or whatever dry skin. But they don't like whatever's in that flavor. So she put, and it's lotion. It's not like it's that gross chemically.
Does she eat bananas?
Not on the no.
Good to know. Good to know.
But she put on this Jergens cherry almond scent, and it's a pleasant, like it smells better than mosquito spray, and they didn't get a bite.
What?
So if you
but that's going to sell it now quick too.
Get the lotion. Well, get on it now. That's what I'm just saying.
Jergens,
but it has to be
cherry almond.
Cherry almond.
Apparently,
well, you
I'm
probably
writing
smell
that down.
terrific.
Right, yeah, exactly. Well, better than DEET, like a.
Yeah.
So ahead of the golf, if you're looking, lotion up.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Thank you for that, LT.
Oh, okay,
Thank the wife.
Oh, that's a
Thanks,
great little tip. What'd you learn today, Trev?
I learned that Noodles is not going to the cabin. He's going to Italy.
They call them cottages out east.
Oh, the cottage.
Yeah,
the cottage.
He's going to the east.
Were you going to do an Italian accent there?
No,
Sounded
not a
like you were.
chance. He's going east side of Italy.
Sounds
Good
great,
for
doesn't
him.
it?
Yeah.
18 days.
Yeah, that's great.
Because they shut down Overdrive for the summer too, eh? That's a sweet gig for those guys.
Not bad.
I don't know if Hayes gets to do, but I think Hayes, Noodles, and O-Dog don't work for 2 months.
So it's just like Matt Cause going 12 hours.
They've got Karolnik doing mornings and the afternoons on a split shift, if you can believe it.
I'll take more Matt Cause any day. I don't mind that.
I learned that Trev can play the accordion a little bit today.
No,
You said you used to bang out pretty good songs on the accordion.
I did not say that.
You said you could do Chicken Dance.
Yeah, one song, and
That's a pretty good song.
Like the first 20 seconds of that song. That's how far I got into that one. 2 months.
It's better than my guitar playing.
Well, we
months.
learned you can play the guitar.
Oh, I like to dabble in it. Could be your sound of the day. This is just it?
Yes.
All right, let's get to your sound of the day today. Your sound of the day is me with a guitar. It's the sound of the day.
I like how you're not even using a fret. You're just keeping
I didn't even know that was
open.
called the fret. I'm never going to be Luke Combs. I've accepted that today. Oh, you know why I go for sound of the day? The Joey Chestnut intro.
See, and we were here Friday with Dave Jameson.
Yeah.
And of course, 4th of July was. We totally disregarded the whole thing. Usually that's a big day on the show.
Joey Chestnut intro. Here it is this year.
This is his cathedral, the crystal dome of umbrella blue sky, whose vaulted ceilings touch the edge of heaven itself, whose faithful join as one to honor those who do not falter, those who do not yield. I speak of this man, who stands at the border of the mortal and divine, shy of a god perhaps, but more than a man, whose thoughts rise as the vapor of angels, but whose charge is here on earth to teach us that intention is the outcome for those who refuse any other outcome. Hold fast when forsaken, stand firm when forlorn, press on when weary, beaten, broken, or undone. How long will he fight? I will tell you. Until he stands on the ramparts of glory overlooking a sea of truth. For he is the champion of now and of always, of the air, of the fire, of the sea, of the land, of the free, of one nation. The Nathan's famous 4th of July champion of the world, Joey Chestnut.
He's had better, but I did like the one line, shy of a god, perhaps, but more than a man. Joey didn't even go for 70 dogs.
The beat was great too. Eh?
Oh, that's great. That's your sound of the day. All right, let's get to your text of the day today. We had some good ones. A new little bit emerging today.
Yeah.
Different ways your furnace has been destroyed We had a lot of wrestling ones today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, there was some good ones that came flying in today. Let's see here. Oh man, I can't read my writing on some of these.
Well, it was around the 8 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, no, I think I got the one. It wasn't a wrestling reference.
Oh.
But it was good. Dwayne from the Tway is going to go into the mix for text of the year here. The Red Blacks punter came to my house to drop a shoulder into my furnace, but instead he just kind of passively waved at it. If you've not seen that tackle yet, that tackle is it's got to be a top 5 worst tackle attempt in football history, north or south of the border. It has to be.
That's a lot of.
Like, think about how many other horrible tackles do you remember?
There's always some of them try for the slide, right? Like and even that, as I said, use your body as some sort of obstacle. I don't know why you would try to, and as you said too, his push actually kind of propelled him.
Yeah, he pushed him like towards the end zone. To me, it was he went over and he said, "Oh man, I can't hit this guy. I'm not going to hit this guy." So he kind of fell to his knees and let him go by, and then was like, "Oh, I might get cut if I do this." So then he sort of just put his hands out and pushed him, but he kind of propelled him even more towards the end zone. Yes. It was one of the worst tackles of all time. Never forget the name Noah Getman. As Chris over in the chat says, a bad tackle is no tackle.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's not even a tackle.
You're right. I mean, it's true. It was absolutely
an episode.
Horrendous stuff. All right. What are we watching tonight, boys?
Jays Giants. Road trip continues out west. 7:45.
You guys are a couple of sickos.
Riverhawks night off. They're back in action tomorrow afternoon. Stingers back in action Thursday.
I was on a flight with a bunch of the Sea Bears.
Oh, yeah?
Coming out. Yeah, they were flying out of Winnipeg. I had a layover in Winnipeg on Saturday. So I was on a flight with a bunch of the Sea Bears.
Mr. Ritz Cracker?
I didn't see Ritz Cracker. No, I did not. We put together the early bird bet today. Okamoto hit. Who took the Kirk RBI? Was that you? You went RBI.
Well, they got to get a run.
Man.
They got to get a run here.
No runs in 23 innings for the Toronto Blue, 24 innings for the Blue Jays. And then, it sucks that the Seattle one, too, because that's a trip that a ton of Blue Jays fans in Western Canada make to go down to Seattle.
They shut them out in the opener and then shut out back-to-back. So.
Yeah. So we've got a Kirk RBI, an Okamoto hit, and Spain to win, and it's been boosted to plus 569. It's a big number. It's that Kirk RBI.
We're waiting late for that first pitch too. Like you're this game for you is in the afternoon taking Spain. I mean that's going to be over and done with by 3 or something.
We'll all be waiting on the edge of our seat for a Kirk RBI later on tonight. All right, what do we got coming up over on 95.7? Let's see, 95.7. We're going to send you back. Ooh, Disturbed, Land of Confusion. Is that it?
I think that's a cover though, isn't it? Land of Confusion. I think
maybe. But Disturbed is the one that goes, they did a very good. Yeah. I can't do that. That's really good.
Do it. Everybody can
I can't do it. I can't do it.
You can't even get the throat going?
I can't get the throat thing going.
Give it a shot.
It's probably the muscle I need to use to burp, right? Because I can't burp.
Yeah.
I probably also don't have the Disturbed.
And then you got to get your, those fangs pierced, right?
Oh, man.
Dave Draymond's got the.
I don't know what. Don't even know who you're talking about. All right, that's coming up on 95.7. We'll be back tomorrow, bright and early, 6 o'clock, static free on the FM dial.
EST Classic Eve.
Oh, I can't wait for that. If you want sports talk the rest of the day, we got you covered. Tune in, iHeart, over on YouTube as well. The Hangout is on the way next. I'll be back with the Lock Shop at 11. Until then, for YouTube Travel Lieutenant Eric, I'm Dustin Nielsen. Take it easy.